All right, here we go. Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is Rogues to Riches session. I don't know what we're on now. 46, I think. I want to say something like that. So
46.
sounds good. August 23rd, 1633. You are in the village of Ashmanhaugh. It's kind of a small town, I guess, really. Um, Antonio, you had received a note under your door the previous night, said to meet Medina in his room. And also, you remember you found your pack was open, some of your clothes had been tossed out, and somebody had taken your mirror from your bag. It's missing.
Yes, they had.
Um, yeah, and let's see. Okay, right. And oh, Cole, or sorry, not Cole. I need to change your name on the display here. Colin Frost, right? Colin Frost, you were planning to go visit your friend Joseph Riley at his little farmhouse with his family out outside the town. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. So we should do Antonio Medina first, of course, because that will happen much more rapidly. Colin has to make his way out to the farmhouse. So, and also, of course, Klaus and Nigel, whatever you guys want to do as well. I know Nigel said before he likes to sleep late, but if he's up in the morning, you want to do something, just pipe in. But first, we'll go to Antonio Medina. So, Antonio,
Yes.
what do you just knock on his door?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Medina just opens the door.
You wish to
Yes?
see me?
Um, I do not recall. I do not recall.
Hmm. I don't recall you drinking last night.
Neither do I. I did not drink. I haven't drunk
Hmm.
since that fateful, that
I see.
bad night a few weeks ago. Whenever that was.
All right then. Well, should you remember what it was you wish to speak of, let me know. I will be
Yeah.
heading down to breakfast now, though.
I will join you. That is weird. I don't usually forget certain things. Hmm.
How are you feeling this morning? I find myself a little more lethargic than usual.
I feel like nothing's changed at all.
Hmm. How odd.
However, I am a little bit wary of our new traveling companions. But
Well, we shall see how it turns out. I think it'll be
yes,
fine.
yes, we shall. Well, let's go get breakfast.
Indeed. So we head on downstairs.
Okay. What about Nigel? Is he sleeping in, or is he going to be up in the morning, or?
Yeah, I'm sick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You gone back to bed. Yeah.
I'm sleeping in, or I'm laying there in misery.
Hmm. And Klaus? What's Klaus doing in the morning?
Klaus will go out and meet the rest. Probably go eat and see
We'll
what's
have
going on.
breakfast with.
Yeah, Antonio and Gio, I guess his name is now.
Yeah, right. Geo.
Yeah,
Sorry, I keep
yeah,
forgetting it. You need to put your name up on Zoom, dude.
Gio da Silva.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
keep calling him Medina, so
I am still Medina.
you are still Medina, but you're not using that name currently. So,
Yeah.
hmm. Or are you? I don't know.
Well, I
Okay.
am to Antonio anyway.
All right. Yeah. So breakfast is nice, and there's a few people in there for breakfast. And again, you see the same people from the night before. Otto is behind the bar, and Melinda is serving. Um, breakfast is like, yeah, they got eggs and ham and bread, butter. It's a nice little breakfast.
Huh.
Beer,
It is a very good.
beer if you want something to drink.
Yes, no, I will not be drinking any beer.
Beer's a good breakfast drink. You know,
I will be having the water or milk.
Oh, beer.
they get you a glass of milk.
Yeah,
Geo.
yeah.
Antonio has a beer. Klaus.
Klaus will have one as well. Might as well
Klaus also has a
enjoy.
beer. Sure, no problem. So yeah, you eat well, drink your beer. Around that time, Colin, you will have made. Did you take a walk? The farmhouse isn't far outside the village anyway, so
Sure, yeah, just watch
so you
one.
walk over. You got Joseph's address, I think, anyway, or you could have asked somebody. They would have been able to tell you. Otto could have told you where Joseph Riley, where the Riley farmhouse is. So yeah, it's a nice little kind of idyllic looking farmhouse. Almost has everything but the white picket fence basically. But as you approach, you can hear laughter coming from inside the house, and you hear the barking of a dog, but like kind of a playful bark, not like not an obtrusive or hostile bark in any way. But you knock on the door,
Yep.
and Mrs. Riley answers the door. She's a young woman, maybe 30 years old. Um, Long blonde hair pulled back in a beautiful kind of little simple braid. And she says, "Can I help you, sir?" And you can hear the sound of children playing with the dog inside as well. But
Guy's name was Nigel, right?
whose name is Nigel?
The, the guy I'm supposed to go see.
No, no, no. Your friend's name is Joseph Riley.
Joseph Riley. Okay.
He's the one I
Okay.
think who sent you the letter, right?
Yeah, I just can't remember. Okay, so anyway, he'll
But you don't know
say,
his wife, really. You've never met his family.
no. I'll just say I'm here to see Mr. Riley.
Oh, oh, is it about uh, Mr. Blake's funeral?
Yes.
Yes, my husband's been expecting you. Please come in. He's not feeling very well, I'm afraid. I'm terribly sorry, but I'll go check and make sure that he's ready to receive you. If you want to come on in, don't mind the kids.
No problem. Thank you, ma'am.
Hmm. And so she kind of leaves you, I suppose, in the hall as she goes upstairs to check on her husband. Um, the two kids are playing. There's actually two dogs you see now playing in the next room over. Um, Look to be maybe 6 and 5. They're very close in age, but they're that kind of late toddler, really kind of young child age. That's a boy and a girl. And after a couple of minutes pass, and the kids pay you no mind at all. Um, then Mrs. Riley will come to the top of the stairs and say, "Yes, please, if you wouldn't mind coming up." I'm sorry, what was your name?
Colin. Colin
Colin,
Frost.
right? Colin Frost, Mr. Frost. I'm sorry. Please, and so you go upstairs into their nice bedroom up there. You got a nice big, comfortable-looking four-poster bed. But he's in there, kind of like all tucked up, kind of still with the blankets pulled up around him. And yeah, he doesn't look very well at all. He looks very poorly. He's sweating. He looks like he's lost weight very rapidly. He says, "Colin, I'm sorry. If don't mind if I don't get up to shake your hand."
Well, certainly not. Looks like you've had a rough night.
Mm. Yes, today is particularly bad. I haven't been feeling well at all lately, but today I woke up and I just felt awful.
Ah, that seems to be
Hopefully,
going around
hopefully, this will pass before the funeral. What day is it today?
Tuesday.
Right, the day after tomorrow. Yes, I think I should probably rest and try to gain my strength before then. But I'm glad to see you made it.
Yes.
It's a shame Cole couldn't be here.
Yeah.
I missed
Unfortunately,
his
passed.
I missed his funeral. I only heard uh, well after the fact.
Yeah, I think we all did. Unfortunately, he didn't leave too much information for his compatriots to contact.
Yes, well, I know you were
People that had
very
known him before.
you two were very close, and I Well, I'm sorry, he was a good man, but he lived a dangerous lifestyle.
Yes, that he did. Yes,
What got him in the
we
end?
all
Did you
have.
hear? Do you know?
Um, some kind of some kind of illness struck him where he couldn't hold down his food or his water, and he ended up passing within about 4 days. Unfortunately, probably to great pain and turmoil. Unfortunately, but God rest his soul now.
I see. It was much the same for James, but he was a little older, of course. But well, this is very strange. Three of us struck down with illness within months.
So, how long has your illness been with you?
Well, I mean, I've been feeling kind of sick for a week or two, but oh, today I couldn't bring myself to get out of bed, I'm afraid.
So last night was basically a bad night for you. I mean, so far as waking up from last night, you've seen
Yes, yes.
worse. You know, it's interesting because I've brought some some partners of mine and over here to travel with, and a few of them were complaining about feeling really weak and
Hmm.
wrung out today, this morning. I myself felt a little bit of it, not terribly, but nothing like you're going through. But they've complained also. That's kind of strange. Some people said something about a witch in town or a witch that does something, but I mean that's just probably rumors. But
Which?
some kind of witch or
Oh,
something
you
is.
mean the old tower? It's supposed to be haunted. The Ashmanhaugh ghosts, yes? Is it that? He kind of chuckles a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I've heard a couple of legends around, but uh, yeah, I might have them mixed up. But I thought that somebody said something about a witch that does something here in town, but
No, there's no
who
witches in
knows? I don't
town.
know. Yeah.
Not in this town.
Oh,
This is
okay.
these are good Christian folk.
Oh, that's a relief. Yeah. But something to do with the towers, then you said?
I don't know. I mean, the tower has been there forever, but they've always said it was haunted. Recently, people have supposedly had strange supernatural experiences in town. You think it's somehow related? Oh, and you kind of like see him just like kind of closes his eyes and turns to one side, and he's breathing kind of heavily, um, sweating profusely.
Are you okay? I mean, at this moment, are you okay?
Yes, yes. I'm sorry. I feel so weak.
Would you like some water?
Yes, please. And he kind of gestures limply towards one of the bedside table on well, his left as he's laying in the bed, and you can see there is water there. There's like a
I'll get him
kind of
some water.
ceramic, like a
Yeah.
ceramic, almost like jug of water there, and a cup, a wooden cup.
I'll give him some water and let him calm down a little bit before I ask any
It's a really
questions.
nice wooden cup, actually. It's pretty good craftsmanship. But yes, he drinks it greedily almost. Oh, thank you. He doesn't even try to hold it himself. He just lets you hold it.
So
Well,
what's the
if
story that's with this tower? Is if there is
I've
something
heard a
happening?
dozen different stories. I don't know what you know. Different kids in every generation has their own twist or tale. Some say it was not a witch but an old lord. Yet more say it was an old wizard from back in the olden days. He chuckles. If there were any witches or wizards around here, these folks would have burned them at the stake a long time ago.
Hmm. Interesting, though. Has
He starts
anybody?
to cough up a little bit of blood then.
Oh,
Oh, that's new. I'm terribly sorry. Please, would you send my wife in?
sure.
We'll have to catch up maybe tomorrow.
Very well. Yes. Take
Hopefully
care
this
of
will hopefully
yourself.
this will pass and I'll feel better then, he says.
Okay. So I'll go out and get his wife and tell her what's going on.
And she rushes in.
Excuse myself.
She rushes
No,
in and you hear her scream.
Mm. Well, I guess I'll go back up into the room.
And
I
the
hear
kids
scream.
come running over the stairs, looking up, kind of with scared looks on their faces. You rush in, and yeah, you see he's laying there. His head is now rolled back. His eyes have rolled back in his head, and he's obviously coughed up a lot more blood and some chunky bits. It looks like,
Oh,
and yeah, he's dead.
oh, wow. Well, my condolences. Is there anything I can do to help you here?
And she's just like crying and can't seem to bring words.
Is there anything I can do at this moment, or would you like me to get somebody from the village to come in?
Who, who will you get from the village?
Oh, I don't know. I would just thought maybe you had some, or he had some friends, or there was somebody that could help you with the situation. Whatever you need, just let me know.
Just go, just go. And she's just like lying down, kind of like crying on his chest, getting blood in her blonde hair.
Very well. He'll excuse himself and leave,
Okay.
go back to the village.
The kids are still standing at the bottom of the stairs, but they move aside as you come down. They say, the little girl, she's like 5, says, "Is everything okay, mister?"
Your mom's up there with your father right now. Your father wasn't feeling too well, so just give her a few minutes and she'll probably be down and
But why did mommy
be able.
scream?
She got startled by something, so she'll tell you when she gets down here and let you know what's going on. Just give her a few minutes to take care of things upstairs.
Okay. And they go back into the other room with the dogs, who are confused because they stopped playing. Okay. Where do you go then?
Anything?
Oh, sorry.
Well, as I leave the house,
Mhm.
I'm kind of looking around. Is there anything odd, like any kind of odd markings, any odd outside the house, any odd, uh, you know, vines twisted a certain way, or some kind of hex type thing? Maybe that's something some magic user would use to hex a person around the property. I'll just kind of give a little run around on it,
Mhm.
cursory look.
Let me see here.
Maybe even rocks in certain patterns, anything like that would be a hex. I know, like the Dutch Amish had their
Give
hex
me
signs
a
and
magic save.
okay, would that be a D20 to roll?
Yeah, D20. What is your
Okay, I rolled
intelligence?
an. Okay, let me get my character sheet up now. I rolled a 9, and let's see, my intelligence
I think you failed.
is. I think I did too. Is a 12.
Okay, so you don't get any modifier, so it's just a straight 9. You're a what level fighter? 6th? Is that right?
I think so. Yes,
Yeah, you
6.
failed.
So
Okay,
good.
cool.
Okay.
Now you don't see anything anyway.
All right.
Everything looks. idyllic almost. It's a beautiful house, beautiful family.
Huh.
Little girl looks like her mother. Little boy looks like looks like his father. Two
Mm.
two healthy, young adult dogs in there that they're playing around with.
Is there a barn where they have animals?
Yeah, yeah. There'd be a barn
Okay.
outside. What would he have? It's a simple farmhouse, so he's probably got um, like chickens and maybe some pigs. Yeah,
Maybe a cow, even, or
yeah,
something.
yeah. You probably have cows for milk, right? Good point.
It's, I mean, I'll just look at the animals and see if they look like they have any kind of problems or any kind of, uh, you know, difference in what they should be.
No, they all look perfectly healthy. Nothing unusual about them.
And he's still looking for marks or any kind of things like that might just look unusual that shouldn't be there.
Nope.
Other than that, then he'll probably make his way back to town.
Okay. You're gonna go back to the inn. Was it the Wheat Chief Inn,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah, there's and
Cool. Okay. So Colin will probably get back a little bit after you guys finish your breakfast. Antonio, Medina, sorry, Gio, and Klaus. Nigel, I guess, is probably still in bed.
I'll get up eventually and mosey down.
Okay. Maybe we'll say, just for expediency's sake, that Nigel starts moseying down the stairs around the same time that Colin walks in the door. This is after you guys have finished your breakfast and your beer, maybe even the second beer after. Um, yeah, and you're all five now in the
I see
common room
Nigel
of the Wheat
coming
Chief
down
Inn.
the stairs. Nigel, how do you feel now? Did the rest assist you at all, or you still feel the malaise of this morning?
Yeah, are we still down Constitution point?
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, I'll tell you if it changes.
I feel horrible.
Hmm.
I prefer suffering in others, not myself.
You say that out loud in this
Yeah, I do.
common room. Yeah,
Good
there's
lord, man.
nobody
Oh,
even
oh
bats an
God.
eye. Nobody pays any
Oh
attention. They're
God.
all just enjoying their beer and their breakfast, and everybody's pretty happy.
Medina looks a bit at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah, definitely an out fellow.
Colin walks in. I guess Colin probably looks a little grim. Yeah.
yeah, as I walk in, I'm gonna go over to the the person that runs the inn,
Otto. Yeah.
Otto, and order a breakfast or forget whatever he's
Yeah, of course.
got,
Yeah.
lunch, breakfast, whatever. Yeah, and then
He says, "I'll."
I'll ask him also. I'll
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
just ask him. I know a lot of people in my party. They woke up feeling oh, down in the weather, so to
Hmm.
speak. Kind of. Is anything else happening around? Anybody else like that around here?
What are you trying to say, sir? Are you
Well,
accusing me and my wife of giving your friends food poisoning?
no, not at all. I'm just talking about the town itself. I mean, there
Do you think we're
seems to
food
be
poisoning
some.
the entire town?
I did not put words in your mouth. I was just asking a
Relax, friend.
question.
Relax, friend. Relax. No, I'm fine. Everybody's
Okay.
fine. Everything is fine.
Well, unfortunately, my friend that I went out to visit, which you'll find out soon, I'm sure, if I might as well tell you, he passed away while I was out there.
Oh, I see. Very sorry to hear
The
that.
last I saw him, he was a strong, rugged man such as myself. And the man I saw today was nothing near that. He was a shade of himself.
Really?
Yes.
Sounds horrible. What was wrong with him?
Um, some malaise, I guess. He was coughing and coughed up
Malaise
blood, and
indeed.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Uh, don't know. There's somebody was telling us something about some witch or something that would curse people, or some sorcerer that was, which I'm not saying that's what we're believing in, but I mean it's just a kind of a coincidence. We heard about that, and then all of a sudden some of these things started popping up. What's the story about that?
Oh, the Ashmanhaugh Tower.
Yeah, something to do with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
it's
I've
it's
heard.
it's always been there. It's an old abandoned place. No one goes there. So some people say it belonged to an old witch or some corrupt lord of the land once upon a time. Um, but ah, of course, it's also rumored to be, always has been rumored to be haunted and filled with old treasure. But stories kids tell. As far as I know, no one's ever been there. There's certainly no witch or wizard living there now. I can tell you that.
Very well. Well, when you get the breakfast made, just bring it
Maybe
over
it
at
has something
lunch,
to do with
whatever.
that ghost everybody's been talking about around town recently. In the last year or so, I
What ghost
suppose.
is that? What ghost is that?
Oh, nobody really knows. Just there's a ghost that haunts the town.
What do they do by haunting the town?
People have had experiences all over town. I even had one here myself. I was cleaning the bar one night, and after all the patrons had gone to bed and retired, well, I'll tell you, one of those nice glass mugs that I have was thrown off of the bar right over there, and he points, and it almost hit me.
Wow. Now, does the glass mug that he's pointing at, does it look like the same one that my friend had up there?
Oh, the glass? No, this is a nice actual glass mug.
Oh, glass and not
Um,
not not ceramic. Okay, gotcha.
he's got like five of them. Used to be half a dozen,
Gotcha.
but only five left. Um,
Oh.
they're nice. It's nothing like your friend had a wooden cup.
Oh,
Nice
okay.
wooden cup,
Gotcha.
but yeah, this is like,
Yeah.
glass. I imagine would be pretty expensive and hard to come
Yeah.
by in great
Expensive.
fashion at this era. So yeah.
I was just trying to look for a little thread that may have went to both of them, so that's why I was
Hmm.
marking up that tree. Anyhow, um, so yeah, what just started flying through the air on its own, huh?
Well, there was no one here but me, and I certainly didn't throw it at myself.
Yeah, of course not. Strange. Is there a particular time this always happens, or just is
Everybody,
it random?
lots of people have stories, but nothing. There are different places, different times. I'm sure.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna go
Wait, you
join
think you
my.
think you think we have hundreds of ghosts living in Ashmanhaugh?
Oh no, no, I wouldn't think so.
Well, either way, please have a seat. Your breakfast is coming out now, and you see Melinda coming out with a big plate. It's actually got a double portion of ham on it. She sets down for you ham and eggs and bread and butter. It's like nice brown bread, really good, hearty stuff.
Thank
The
you.
butter's
Th-
fantastic too.
Thank you for your troubles.
And
Sorry to be late.
sets down a tankard of beer as well.
Great, great. So
I'm
everybody's
sorry,
still
would
here
you
at the
like to be
table.
having anything, sir? She says to Nigel.
Wine.
Wine. You look like you've had enough. And she smiles
Wine,
and
wench.
she looks back at you with a kind of an impish grin at that, and she trots back to the kitchen. Otto glares at you as he's finished his conversation with Colin.
I glare at him and everyone else.
Just glaring at everybody in the
Glare
room.
around the room.
There's like 50 people in here. Maybe.
I'm disgusted by their merrymaking. They all seem so happy and healthy.
Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah,
Curse them all.
and they all ignore your glare. Even Otto just smiles and goes back to whatever he's doing behind the
Wrong with
bar.
people. It's not natural to be so happy.
You need to get out more often, friend.
Perhaps I should have stayed home.
I don't know. You're looking kind of pale as it is.
Yes. We
So,
should-
gentlemen, you have still feeling the weakness that you woke up with?
It's more than a weakness. I feel like I'm dying. Priest, can't you do anything?
Melinda comes out with a big goblet of wine for you.
I chug it down. I spill it all over my face as I'm guzzling it. Ah, that's a little better.
So I'll fill them in on what happened when I went up to the farm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let them know. And there's
Some-
something going on around town. That there's supposed to be some kind of ghost or something that does certain things, but there's no relation.
Do you know how long
But-
your friend was living in this town before he succumbed to his disease or this malaise, whatever it might be?
He's been living here a few years now. Him and James
Few
both.
years. And James passed of the same thing. I wonder if any other outsiders to town are suffering as we are. What if it's does not affect the natives?
It's a good thought. Otto was pretty open about discussing the ghost part of it. I don't know about the rest of it. Didn't bring up too much of that.
Yeah, he says
at
he
one
kind of
time.
passed it off with some limp joke about food poisoning. Perhaps we
Yeah,
should
that's what he
find.
said. Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps we should find another visitor to town if there are any, and see
Good
what they're
idea.
feeling
Good
like.
idea.
Because if it's
Yeah,
visitors
there
to
has
the
to be
town,
some of the travelers.
yes,
Yes, it could be. You think there'd be somebody, at least somebody that came in for the funeral besides ourselves? So, yeah, we need to find that out. That's a good idea. People keep pointing towards the tower. Has something to do with what's going on.
who is it?
Out of place sound effects.
Anachronism. No.
The fourth wall has been destroyed. All right. So,
I think we'd find another outsider. When the barmaid comes walking around again, I'm gonna ask if there's like a market where traveling merchants gather at or something, or if she knows of any who are in town.
well, yes, actually, she says, and she goes, there's a couple here, but I don't think they've come down yet for their breakfast.
I see. Well, I would ask if you could point me to their rooms, but I wouldn't want to interrupt them in their
Point you
rest.
to their rooms? Why?
Well, I just would like to speak with them about some matters that are going on.
Do you want
But-
another beer?
No, I'm okay for now. Thank you, though. Is there a market, though? Where
You finished
traveling
all that
merchants would
wine
gather?
already? She says, and she looks at Nigel.
Yes, bring another.
I suppose I shall have another beer then.
She
No,
reaches over.
you've had enough wine, Nigel.
How dare you speak to me like that?
All
join
of
you
a sudden, Geo speaks English perfectly.
He spoke it the first time he opened the door.
Oh shit! Yeah. No, I haven't spoken it to Nigel yet.
Yeah,
You
you,
have
you
now.
did when you opened the door. You passed me off to Klaus, and I heard you speak English the first
Okay.
time.
Mm.
Oh, fuck. Damn. I forgot about that.
Well,
Gentlemen, before we get too drunk, we should maybe check out that
she comes
tower
back
or
out with a
something.
big
Tell people
goblet for
about it.
Nigel and another
2
mug
glasses
of.
of wine will not make me drunk. Mind your business, and I guzzle down the next
Yeah.
one.
I suddenly changed this. I suddenly changed to Spanish and like start saying words about you under my breath.
I'll say in Latin, piss off.
Well,
I
can.
think they say in Spanish to Gio, I think the gig is up.
I know.
I wink at him.
Yeah, I know.
I say to Medina, I'm like, one day we'll be great friends. I assure you.
And in Latin, I go. I very much doubt that.
The tips of his hair are actually like kind of dripping from wine a little bit. That's kind of.
Might not be up to you.
The main reason Medina don't want you drinking in front of him is because he knows he'll get tempted to go on.
Tempted? Do you feel tempted, Medina?
Yeah, Medina feels tempted. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
everyone's drinking
slurping the wine
alcohol
and
around,
licking my lips.
Colin,
especially with Nigel dripping it down his beard.
Yes.
with the passing of your second friend here, what does that do to the funeral plans now? Was he not the one in charge?
I'm not sure. He's the one that wrote me and told me that that James had died.
In the letter he spoke of, did he say where the services were going to be held?
Let me think back about that to my memory.
Yeah, there's
Memory.
one there's a church. It's really just one church in the village here,
Let's
and
go.
the vicar's name is William Larch. He was the
William
one who
Larch.
was supposedly going to do the whole funeral thing and all that. So
Okay. Perhaps we should go speak to Father Larch and see what is happening there.
Yes, that's a good idea. You ready to go?
I mean, it's well into the morning now. It's probably nearly 10 o'clock at this point in time. You guys have been drinking and eating and talking and discussing.
Yes, I guess we better get on with it as soon as. I will say this in Spanish. I know he knows I speak it. I will keep speaking Spanish. Don't tell me.
Just to be annoying.
Yep. Yes, I guess we better move on, and so that Nigel here doesn't get too drunk.
We're on the 3rd of April, you said, or the 23rd of August?
23rd of August.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a couple of months since Medina's last drunken escapade, because that was in June.
Yeah, and he
What's
wants
the father's name again?
He wants to keep it that way.
The vicar is William Larch. Nigel, the more wine you drink, it makes no difference if people are still just as happy around you. Just you smell you reek of wine now, though, for sure.
It's
It's in
done
your
nothing
clothing.
it's done nothing to make me feel better or lift my spirits.
Well, that's up to you. I mean, two goblets of wine. Maybe give me a poison save. Let's call it a poison save.
I got under.
Under your poison save?
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel a little tipsy. In fact, no, your constitution is lower. Sorry, you feel drunk. Actually, way drunker than you should be on 2 glasses of wine. You feel like you drank a bottle of wine. And on top of that, you still feel just as sick, like you're dying. But now you're drunk and feel that way.
We need to get on with it before I sit here and expire.
Sad thing is, you sound just like him.
What?
Which side of the bed did you get up on, Nigel?
the wrong side is the only side I ever will get up on.
Hmm.
Waking up is difficult for me on the best of days.
Well, you should go back to bed.
Not in this place.
Okay. So we're all gonna go see the Victor.
I guess.
Might not be a bad idea. And then perhaps if we find out about the plans for the funeral, if this is delayed or whatnot, we should maybe head out to that tower and see if that's the cause of the goings on around here.
Yeah.
Yes, the tower, the curse. Let's get it. Let's do it.
Yes, good idea, I say. Spanish.
How
I
about
love
when
drunk,
we
belligerent Nigel.
yeah when we go to
So you're
the
all going to
Victors?
church. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you go to the
let's
church. It's the only real church
Nigel.
in the town.
Yes.
Please, can you just be low key, Nigel, while we're there? Give him his respect.
What?
After you get outside, you can tell us whatever names you want to call him, whatever you think about him. But please be respectful while we're talking to him. We need the information. And so as far as
Who
we
you
know,
talking about?
he's nothing wrong with him.
Who you want me
Pardon?
to be respectful
The
to?
Victor.
The
The
vicar.
Victor.
I'll keep
I
it.
know it's gonna rile. I know it's gonna rile your spine, but just
I'll let
just
you do the talking.
you can talk, but I just don't want you insulting the poor man. Okay, we
You
need
can talk. He
information.
just doesn't want you to talk like yourself. That's all.
I am not
Yeah,
the one that
exactly.
insults people in this group. The Spaniard is. You should be talking to him. He's quite disrespectful.
I don't speak Spanish, so
But
I can't speak to him.
I just keep swearing at Nigel in Spanish.
Very well. I'll heed your advice for now.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate you
You
taking
know
it
what?
in.
I'm gonna cast Bless on Nigel so that way next time he has to make a language roll, he can use it.
I already failed my Spanish though,
Okay.
so I'll never know what he's saying about me.
And
Bastard.
But anyway, it's just 11 points, so you can use it for whatever.
Who are you blessing? Sorry.
Nigel.
Okay.
Where are you doing this?
Where are you doing this?
Aren't we in church or something?
You're going to the church. Yeah, you're walking through the village.
Well, I'll do it whenever we get down like an alleyway that there's not a lot of people in.
You could drag Nigel down an alley and cast a spell on him.
Sure,
I'm
why not?
reluctant.
He already hates me, so.
I'm
Okay.
reluctant to let a priest touch me, but in this case, I guess I'll give in because I feel horrible.
Too weak to resist. Okay. He grabs you there and
Just-
pulls you into the alley. Cast bless. Holy
Just
light
don't let him make you
shines
get
from
on
his
your
hands.
knees.
I still feel horrible.
Yes, you do. So funny. Okay. Yeah, you get to. It's a fine church. Looks like it's been recently, at least updated, remodeled, whatever. It's beautiful construction. Some of the best you've seen in England, really, outside of London, of course. But yeah, the vicar will be inside there talking to somebody who kind of says their farewells and starts walking away. As you're walking in, it's a kind of a middle-aged woman who just kind of smiles and nods to you as she walks by. The vicar's there. He's got his vicar the collared shirt and all. Says, "Oh, hello." He says, "Oh my, this is quite the group."
Yes, we're here for James's funeral. I was
Of
a
course, of
close friend of
course.
James. And these are
That
some
makes
of my
sense.
compatriots.
You were one of his brothers, yes, at arms?
Yes, for many years, many years.
Brothers
And
in arms or brothers at arms? Brothers in arms, isn't it? Whatever.
yeah, and I don't know if you've heard the news, but um, his name is Riley, right? The guy that died.
Joseph Riley.
Yeah, Joseph Riley. I went to visit him this morning, and he
Yes?
was ill, and he passed before I was able to leave
Joseph
him.
passed, Mr. Riley. That's tragic
Yes,
indeed. That's quite sudden and unexpected.
Is this seems odd things going on around here? Is this the
Odd
usual?
things going on around Ashmanhaugh?
Well, I mean,
I mean, men
there's
die. It happens to young and old alike.
yeah, but it seems like everybody that's not a resident, at least in the inn, seem to wake up feeling under the weather. I mean,
What do you mean?
it's just
Everybody at the inn woke up feeling sick today?
not everybody, but it
He
seems
kind of
like the
takes a
people,
couple steps back from you, nervously.
no, the people that were, yeah, people that were from not people at the inn that were from out of town seem to
Oh,
have,
I see.
yes,
I think you've been
it's
listening
kind
to
of
too many ghost stories, my friend. Well,
well, I've been hearing some of those too. I was just kind of curious on what's happening and how this may have involved James to begin with, and then Riley next. Is there any legends or anything you know of that may provide some kind of light upon this situation?
there's only one light you need to seek, my son, and that is the light of God.
Well, yes, of course, but
Ugh,
also God wants us
I'm
to
sorry,
go
sir,
for.
he says to Nigel.
He has a
clear my
cough.
throat,
He woke up with a cough this morning, so you have
I
to forgive
see.
him.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's
putting
unwell.
it
He
mildly.
he reaches down and grabs pulls up a bottle of holy water and starts taking the cap off of it.
I kind of step behind Antonio, hunch behind him.
He says, "Come here, my son. Let me bless you."
I've had my blessing for the day. Thank you very much.
I see. Oh, very well. He looks kind of offended, and he puts the holy
How's he
water
blessing
away.
people? Oh gosh.
Forgive me if I refrain.
Yeah, he had a bottle of holy water.
I don't
All
wish to
right.
overindulge in the Lord's blessings.
Our companion here, we have a cleric, a priest of our own that follows with us in our group, and he does
Oh, I
blessings
see.
for us when needed. Yes, I'll
Which
introduce him
which
to
which
you.
of you is the priest?
I would move forward towards him.
I see.
And
And
I'll
where is your church?
So I don't want to say that I'm a Catholic priest. So what churches do I know nearby that are Christian churches, or where we used to live at?
Actually, wasn't the church? Most of the churches are not Catholic in England, really. The church back in what's your name of your town? Nanspec. That's a Anglican church. Even the one Catholic church you've been to, which was the one out in down by Canterbury, whatever, the where was it? I can't remember what I called that town now. But that was actually pretending to be an Anglican church at least, even though they're hiding a Catholic
Well,
secret.
I'll just mention the one in Nunspach then.
All right, cool. Yeah, what was it called?
Don't you
Um,
follow
I
Sullivanism?
want to say it was St. Margaret's Church. Is that what it was? Hold on, sorry. Church. Yeah, it's Church of St. Margaret. There you go. I was right. I don't know how the
Yeah,
fuck I
he would say
remembered
that
that.
one.
I see. Very well. Well, I apologize. I meant no offense.
None taken. But if you could help us out in any way, it would be
Well, I
grateful.
think I am being called to the home of Mrs. Riley, I'm afraid. Perhaps if you'd like to come back in the afternoon, I should have helped her out with things at the Riley home by then. We'll have to start making arrangements. Perhaps since they were close, we will bury James and Joseph together. Well, you know what I mean. At the same time, not together. That would be weird.
That mean that we will be pushing back. Is it Joseph who passed first or James?
James.
You'll be pushing back James' funeral then?
It's still in 2 days. It may not be necessary.
I see.
Joseph has a small family just here in Ashmanhaugh, so
May I ask one quick question? I've yet to find out what James passed with, or what caused his passing, and how quick did it take him.
Oh, I
Apparently,
believe it was
pretty quick.
quite a sudden and unexpected illness. Yes, but he had lived a long, hard life, and well, you know, the older we get, the more, I suppose, frail we become in certain ways, especially the more we abuse our bodies in our youth.
Amen to that.
I understand you've had a pretty hard life yourself, Mr. Frost, if you were one of Joseph's brothers in the Rangers. Are you retired
Yes,
now?
semi-retired. Yes,
I see. Very well.
retired from the Rangers at this point, but if duty calls, I will go back. But right now, I'm pursuing other interests for a while.
Very well. Well, I really must go to the Riley house.
Yes,
So again,
with
if you
all
need me, I
haste.
should be
Yes,
back here by maybe 2 o'clock.
very well. Thank you.
Oh, I do have one last question for you, Father.
He almost rolls his eyes, but he doesn't. Yes,
Were you born in this town?
in Ashmanhaugh. No, not at
Yes.
all.
I see.
No,
Interesting.
I was born in London actually, to be fair. But this is where God has placed me for now. I've been here for nearly 10 years now.
Wow. Fascinating. Well, sorry to interrupt your travel. Have a
Well,
blessed
well, the
day.
church is always open, so if you wish to make use of it, please feel at home. And he leaves.
Okay. So
Useless.
the vicar said he was not feeling ill, but he's been here for 10 years. I don't believe that Joseph or James lived here for that long, if I'm not mistaken. How long ago
No,
did they
no, no.
break?
Actually, I'd say they didn't. Maybe they didn't retire here together. I'd say James retired here maybe 5 years ago, and Joseph retired here 3 years ago. No, that
James
doesn't
was
make sense though.
here.
Joseph has two children. Oh, let me go back on that. No, Joseph retired here, sorry, 7 years ago, and James retired here 9 years ago.
So something happened recently to cause this curse.
It does not seem to be affecting the natives or those who've been living here for a long time.
Perhaps they're trying to keep outsiders away.
Well, that makes no sense. Outsiders are the lifeblood of many villages.
Well, perhaps they're up to something.
To say that, oh, don't go by Ashmanhaugh. You spend the night there, you're gonna wake up half dead. Doesn't
That's
do
what
much
I'm
for
going
their
to tell
business.
them.
Wouldn't be long before the queen's soldiers or the king's soldiers show up to put the place to the torch for being a plague
It,
hotspot.
in fairness, it obviously is much has a much more immediate and dramatic effect on people of low constitution. Like, let's be fair,
Sure,
because it hasn't really hardly affected Colin or
it really hasn't affected
Medina.
me either, but because I didn't lose any points, but
Perhaps the
like
Well,
Spaniard just
everybody lost a
poisoned.
point of constitution, but yeah, you
well,
didn't
hit
lose any
points. I
hit
meant
points. Yeah.
Perhaps
right.
it's the Spaniard trying to murder me, so he poisoned us all.
I very much doubt that.
Well,
And he knew
something
neither James nor Joseph. I don't believe he would have taken the time to travel here and do such a deed, especially when he was living at our house.
yeah, I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense, but it, what is our connection to these dead men that have lived here besides Colin?
Spending a night in the inn, spending time within the borders of this city.
Well,
I'm
perhaps we can use this
Nobody else is
time.
just passing through like us.
So I want to go and find a merchant who's from out of town and see how they're faring.
But would they said there were some people at the inn that hadn't come down yet?
They did.
They were of no use.
Yeah, I was about to go banging on doors of the inn. Hey, are you alive in there? That would not bode well.
I'll do it.
No. No, you're already down in the weather. You don't need some hothead laying his fists on you.
Well, perhaps they are suffering too.
Could very
If
well
they're,
be.
if they're not from here.
Still, I'd rather try and speak to someone out and about before we go banging on doors.
Yeah, there's we got
Sorry, I'm muted.
two things. Well, three actually. Three things we need to find more about this illness that affects people.
Who's
Apparently,
writing?
outsiders.
Who's writing notes in the notes file?
I wrote those notes.
Tart
I,
of a wife.
I couldn't remember the lady's name. I was just being funny. Oh, Melinda. Her name is Belinda, you bastard. Okay. Let's fix that then.
That's so funny. All right. So, yeah.
Three things we need to do. We need to find out about the disease or the sickness that affects
Yeah, you wanted to look
outsiders.
for maybe somebody who's passing through, like a trader or
Right.
something, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
But we
I tell you
but
what.
we also just hold on just a minute if
Okay,
you
go
don't mind.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. But we also have two other things. We need to find
Yeah.
out about the so-called ghost and then about the tower. So there's three things we need to find out and see if we can correlate any of them together. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah,
And
sounds good.
who wants to do what though on it? We need some people to go be doing something and other people doing all. If we all go together, then we're gonna take us forever.
Hmm. I think splitting up for anything that happens in town should be fine, but I don't want anyone heading to the tower unless we all go together.
Oh yeah,
Because
no, yeah, exactly, true.
Hmm.
Yes, good job. Yeah,
Okay.
let's bring that up. Yeah.
So,
No, we
where are
don't
you
want
going
to.
right now? By this
Okay,
point in
so
time, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
right, so we want to talk to someone about being sick, and I missed the other two for some reason. It just went right out of my head.
The tower
The
and the ghost.
Tower and the
yes.
ghost. Oh, hmm.
Is
Well,
this
let's see.
ghost? How long has the ghost been around?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's what we need to find
In,
out.
in town, he
The
said it's been
answer.
going on
Yeah,
for
like
about a
wasn't
year
it an
now.
old legend?
About a
No,
year
no, no. The
now.
goat, the weird hauntings in town have only been going on for about a year. There's been
Uh,
that the tower was always rumored to be haunted, but
Okay, but the
it's
tower's a
old.
couple miles from the city,
Yeah, is
right?
that right?
At
Is it?
least it knows like a day, like half day's travel on horseback.
Did I?
I thought you did.
yeah, I thought you said something like that.
Maybe I did. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's probably then. God, that's pretty far then. That's what, like 10, 12 miles?
Something like
Yeah.
that, but it's not unheard of for it to be still labeled with this town.
Yeah, yeah, true. True.
So, Merrick, you wanted to talk to
Probably
a
should change the
merchant.
name then, but
Yes, I did. So I'll go and find a merchant or two to see if I can talk to them about.
yeah. Give me a die roll, D20 right now. Antonio Merrick. What did you
D20.
get?
9.
9. Okay. What is your lowest score? Ability
Right
score.
now, after that hit for the
Mhm.
Constitution, it's a 9.
Okay, so you rolled a 9 and your lowest score is a 9.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you do find a guy, Pastor. He's got like a donkey, like a donkey cart, or yeah, would have a cart. Yeah, I guess it'd have a cart, and it has a couple of bags thrown over its shoulders as well. He's walking
Mhm.
by.
Excuse me, good sir.
Yes,
Have you spent any time in town recently?
yes. I was trying to sell some of these spoons. Do you want to buy some spoons? Real
Oh,
silver.
perhaps. Let me take a look at your wares.
And he goes and throws open one of the saddlebags, and you see dozens of silver spoons.
Okay, start like sorting through them a little bit. So, how are you feeling this morning? Did you spend spend the night in town?
Yes, yes. I was at the Wheat Chief Inn. I think I might have seen you there last night. You look
Oh,
familiar.
yeah, I was there last night. I wonder if I might have drunk too much. I just feel, a strange heaviness this
Oh, me
morning.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Hmm.
didn't drink that much, but that wheat sheaf ale sure is good, though.
Yes,
And
it
Melinda,
is.
Otto's a lucky man.
He is indeed, indeed. Wink, wink.
But yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, I have felt pretty poorly all day. Yeah,
Hmm.
I thought it was just me. The
How
same
odd,
thing
how
happened to you?
odd. Yeah, I wonder if it was something in the beer. Maybe we're just not used to it. Maybe there's an ingredient in there that.
Oh, I've been coming
Hmm.
here for years. I can't imagine.
Oh, and you've never had that happen before? So, well, if you've drunk the ale before, I can't imagine they would change their ingredients. Hmm, how odd. Well, this is being my first time in town, though.
Ask him about the ghost stories.
I'm sorry, what ghost stories? He says. Since you...
This is my friend Nigel. No, we just heard rumors about a ghost apparently
Oh,
throwing things
Nigel.
around.
Nice to meet you, son. He pats you
I
on the
was
shoulder, Nigel.
popped out from behind Antonio.
I'm sorry, what now about ghost stories? I've heard some ghost stories in Ashmanhaugh, but I've never seen
Yeah,
anything myself. I never spend
no.
more than a night here, though.
Hmm.
Uh,
Interesting. Oh,
these spoons
here.
really haven't taken off too well.
Hmm.
I would
I
like to
guess the
buy
people of
some of your
Ashmanhaugh just
spirits.
aren't into silver spoons.
I want to buy a few of them.
Yes,
Oh,
oh
here we
certainly.
go.
Um, they are 5 silver pieces apiece.
Well, that's the ridiculous.
Why? That's real silver. Look at the craftsmanship. Those are fine spoons,
Yes,
sir.
I'll give you 3,
Three
and I'll
silver
buy.
pieces wouldn't even buy one.
I'll give you 3 silver per spoon, and I'll buy 7 of them.
3 silver per spoon. 7. Let's see. 3, 7, 14, 21. Okay. He starts
Okay.
pulling out 7 spoons.
I'm going to inspect them, make sure they're real silver.
What are you, a metalsmith?
Yeah, no,
I'm just curious.
but I am an
I'm just curious
alchemist.
what you're basing this off of. Do you have a
I
skill
mean, I'm a
or what are
magic
you looking?
user. I'm familiar with silver.
True
It's
enough.
called
True enough. Okay,
sword.
give me would it be intelligence, wisdom, intelligence or wisdom? We'll call it intelligence. Yep.
Roll what
D20.
under?
Yeah, roll equal to or under.
Failed by 1.
These are obviously this guy's taking you for a ride. These are fake.
What is this? These are fake. I
What?
throw him
Oh,
back in his chest.
whoa.
Excuse me, sir?
Hmm.
No wonder no one even buys your wares. They're complete
Come.
fakes.
My apologies, good merchant. My apologies. And I take Nigel's arm and I start
He's
pulling him away.
My
He's had a
apologies.
he's had a rough day.
I had trying to rip me off. I was doing the man a favor buying his cheap wares.
Indeed, indeed. Well, we'll find some spoons for you elsewhere. And I bow to the man and drag him off.
he
Oh.
just looks like kind of confused, and then he gets kind of a pitying look on his face, and
Can
he
I try to
realizes Nigel must be kind of touched in the head, and that you take care of him. That's very kind. So
when I
it must be
when I
brothers
throw
or
the
something.
spoon when I throw the spoons back? Can I try to keep one of them? I'll do like a sleight of hand.
Yeah. Roll a d6.
Failed.
Yeah, he says, Can I have that spoon back, or do you want to buy that one?
I'm not buying your fake wares. You're lucky. You're lucky I don't do something.
I kind of stand behind a little bit behind Nigel and I do a little finger twirl by the head and shrug. Come, Nigel. We'll find you spoons.
The merchant, now very angry and offended, like just glares at you all. As
I'll
you
hand
leave.
him a silver piece for his trouble and pull Nigel away.
Okay,
I'm just paying him for the information.
I understand.
And as we
Yep.
turn away, fool.
I kept the spoon.
No, you didn't. Did you
What
take
did
it
he
back?
take it from me?
Huh? Yeah, he
Did
would
he
have taken
take
it
it
from
from
you.
me?
He tried to. Okay, roll a strength roll, Nigel.
Uh, I got right on the number.
Right on the number. What is the number?
10.
Oh, he's a little stronger than you. So
They
you
yanked
you
away.
guys kind of like, and he finally tugs it away from you. And then Antonio gives him a silver piece, and he glares
Cheap,
at you.
cheap wares. What'd you pay him for?
Paid him for his information, nothing more. He's a fool.
Fine.
Where
But
you
he
guys-
did confirm
I
that
didn't
he
mean
was
to make
not.
a scene, but I'm drunk.
That's true. That's fine. No, but he did confirm that he was in the town many times before, but on this visit, when he awoke, he was feeling under the weather, just as we were.
Yes.
But he
yes.
was also staying in the same inn as us. Let's go find a market. See if we can speak to another merchant. Traveler.
Very well.
Are there any other inns in this town, or
No. For simplicity's sake.
no? There's no. So if there's any other merchants, they all would have stated. Well, I guess we go back to the inn then and see. Wait for the other guys to do their searching.
Okay. Who
Was that
wants-
like the other places in town? Are those people also ridiculously happy and?
Oh, everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
This is like
Why
a Hollywood like perfect movie kind of
is
17th
everyone
century
so
village.
happy?
Stepford Wives.
I know I never even thought about that before, but you're saying everyone
Has
is
to
in a
be
good mood.
drugs.
Yeah, they're feeding off of us and fueling their happiness.
Nigel, give me a magic save.
Psychic vampires. You got to get over. I failed.
Okay.
Something's feeding off of us.
That is odd. Even look at you like like for like someone who looks like the poorest piece of trash in the city.
There is no poor
Alright.
piece of trash in the city.
So everyone seems to be doing well and they're all happy.
Yeah, they're all happy with their lot in life, and
I told you there was something unnatural about that.
That's not right.
give me a saving throw, Antonio. Magic.
People smiling all day.
That's not right. And my mirror went missing.
What'd you say, Ian?
I asked Merrick to
No.
roll a save for Antonio. I apologize.
I'm gonna roll over, right?
Yeah, equal to or over.
No, I did not.
Okay. All right.
Do you happen to have a mirror, Nigel?
I do not. Wait a minute. No. I have chalk and a candle, but no mirror.
Are there glass windows in the city?
Yeah, there's some glass windows for sure.
I'm gonna stop by one and it's like in like a shop front,
Okay.
and just kind of looking through the window a little bit, and then like try and focus on the reflections of the people behind me as they're walking around.
Okay.
Do I notice anything?
Nope. Well, give me
Do they have reflections at all?
a D10 roll.
I rolled a 1.
A 1. As you're looking in the reflection, you see a man standing behind your friends, but looking at you. Just like a normal man. He looks a little bit kind of. He looks a bit rough. Like he hasn't shaved. He hasn't had his hair cut. His clothes are dirty. And he's staring directly at you.
Tell me, Nigel.
Yeah, like in the reflection.
Without being too obvious about it, do you see, and I describe the man standing behind our companions as I continue watching him
Do I see it?
in the reflection?
You do see it, yeah.
Yes.
Turn around and look at him.
I
He's
turn
not there.
around.
He's not there.
He's a ghost.
Oh, I meant when I said that, I meant have him turn around and look.
Oh, okay. You turn around and look. He's not there, Nigel.
And
Okay.
then look back in the reflection again. Is he still there?
Yeah.
Is he wearing what do his clothes look like?
Period appropriate clothing. Let me see here if there's anything special about.
Is he smiling? Does he look happy too?
Yeah, no, he's just pretty much like a lot of the villagers are around here, except for the fact that his clothes are like filthy looking.
But no one else is filthy. Also, he doesn't appear in real life. It's just in the reflection. We'll get his description. I'm gonna go and find Colin.
Okay.
And
But he was looking at you.
he
Like
was looking at me.
recognition.
Maybe not recognition. I've never seen the man before, but I wonder.
I mean, just that he was like making contact, perhaps.
Right. True.
Okay.
Can you
What?
speak with the dead?
Fortunately, I cannot.
Uh,
Why don't we take a bio break before we go and see what happened with Colin's investigations?
Sounds good.
Smoke them if you got them.
Damn, I was gonna say something, but we are going to break, so I will after.
Yeah. Well, I know we just totally focused on Antonio and Nigel for that scene, but it'll be your guys' turn next.
I don't even know who I'm with because I had to drop out for a second.
Oh,
Well, it looks like you're with Klaus and Colin. I guess you didn't want to go hang out with Nigel anyway.
Yeah, true. Yeah, very true. Fuck Nigel.
don't cross him.
That's not very nice. Nigel's my favorite
The
character.
the only thing I don't like about Nigel is that he sounds just like the character they has a picture of. He sounds just like the dude, and I hate that dude in the movie.
You're
Yeah, it's
supposed to
like
hate that dude. Any dude who gets a character name like Grima Wormtongue is supposed to be hated.
I have a nice English name, Nigel Wilcox. You're just judging me because I talk weird and look weird.
Listen, I'm not judging you. I blessed
I'm
you and
just
all kinds
kidding.
of shit.
Indeed, he did. I gotta thank you, Mark, for the silver spoon tug of war. That shit was funny. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed the tug of war with the silver spoon. I thought that was funny. What are you doing, Josh?
Yeah, you don't see that too much nowadays, huh?
Right.
What? Hello?
Yeah, so what you doing, Josh?
I was dealing with my dog.
Oh, okay.
He needed a shit, I think.
Fair.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Decided to heat up my pizza.
Medina and Nigel are going to be best buds.
I did put their character portraits right next to one another.
Nope, nope, nope.
All it takes is a few charming words.
I would love it if you cast Charm Person on him. But he's got.
Um,
Oh no, he has to make a saving throw. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, if he pushes me, I might have to do it.
Yeah, I was going to tell you guys, I wasn't trying to run the show or anything. I was just trying to
Not at all.
trying to follow us where I would think Colin, since he was in the military, would try to
Totally.
get things set up. And
Dude, if that was trying to
don't
run
know.
the show, then I don't know. I was trying to think of a good analogy from it. So yeah, no. If you're trying to do that and you're being blatant about it, we'll let you know. Don't worry. You're just
yeah, I want everybody to have a chance
the role
to
play.
play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just want everybody to have a chance to play. Not just me take over the game.
What was Colin going to be looking into while Antonio and Nigel were off doing their thing?
Well, some of us were going to look into the other. Well, there was three things. There was the illness, there
Tower
was
and the
the
ghost.
ghost, and the tower. Yeah, and the ghost and the tower may be related. So, you know, so whoever came with me, I know that Nigel and Antonio went together. So that left Geo. Is that where he goes by now?
Yeah. Geo
Okay,
Medina.
Geo. Sounds like a
Yeah.
car. Sounds like a car from the 80s. The Geo.
It was a car, wasn't it?
I think
From
so.
the
Yeah.
90s, I think. There was a. I can't
Was
remember
it?
who made it.
Okay.
There was a Geo. Yeah.
Geo Metro. My mom had one of those tiny ass things.
Yep.
So who are you? Who are you with, Geo? Are you going to go with? I guess be me and Klaus would be
Yeah,
going, or
yeah, I'm with you and Klaus.
okay.
He
Kinda
didn't want to go with
just
Nigel.
silently tagged along.
Can't imagine why. I'm great company. Just ask Antonio.
So here's an idea um, that might work out. Since you are a holy man, um, Jose, if what's your character's name again? I'm sorry, I'm terrible at names.
Klaus.
Klaus, that's it. Okay, Klaus. Maybe you could talk to some people about the ghost part of it, because that would be something maybe you would be, as a holy man, more interested to find out if it's a ghost or if it's a spirit that needs to be laid to rest or something along those lines. We could find out from that. So I'll let you.
Well, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I just had to figure out where to go to ask for the information. But I will say this: if it's a ghost, it's definitely gonna hate me.
We didn't mention the ghost part to that vicar, right? We didn't bring that up with him. Where did he say he was going to? Oh, to James's wife. We might need to talk to him again later.
I think if you guys want to go to, I'm thinking about going to the stables. Do they get people in and out all the time? Maybe talk to somebody there and see if they
This
give us
place
some kind of
has a
information.
library.
No. It's a fairly simple, village. It's mostly farmers, outlying areas and stuff, and then the traders in the village. Of course, you have an inn. There are probably a couple other common houses, or public houses, whatever they're called.
They do have some kind of like a stable where people would put up their horses and stuff.
One church. Yeah, there'd be some stables, for sure.
Okay.
So that's where you're going to go. And I guess
If
Klaus
that's
and Geo will be with you.
if that's what they would like to do, also that's fine. I'm not gonna command anybody to go with me or whatever, but that sounds like a plan with them. Let's do it.
Okay, yeah, there's a stable boy there. He's in his teens. He's dressed pretty simply, but clothes are clean. Got a nice cap on. Says, oh, hello, sirs. I assume you would have stabled your horses here, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming yeah.
He'll
That'd be
say,
a
here,
place we could go.
you taking them out, or did you just come to see them, or are you guys leaving?
Possibly later on we may take a ride. Um, we're just kind of I just looking around the town. I mean, we're kind of got some empty time on our hands and kind of looking around and meeting some people and just uh, getting a taste of the town, I
Well,
guess
you've
you'd
already
say.
been here. We met last night. You can
Yeah,
feel free to check on your horses. I've taken real good care of them, sirs.
yeah, I imagine you do, but our horses are way to get from here and there, and so we're all a little protective of our horses, some of us more than others. So I'm sure you don't mind
Oh,
us going
fine
in and
animals they are, sir, and you should be protective of them. Absolutely.
thank you, thank you. Um, just always kind of a little bit behind time. We were going to try to take a ride a little earlier, but seem to all wake up kind of feeling under the weather. Is there kind of some kind of I wouldn't say illness, but some kind of
A
some
plague,
kind of
sir?
no, nothing like that. No, no, no. It wasn't that bad. It's just a weakening we felt when we woke up this morning, and just I don't know. Maybe it. Excuse me.
And he looks to Klaus and Medina.
Medina kind of just stares at this person.
He would just make like a little shoulder, like, eh. But then he would look at him and he would be like, "So I have a question, and I know it kind of sounds silly, but have you heard any like ghost stories about this place?"
Oh, you mean the Ashmanhaugh ghost?
Yes, that one.
I've heard some stories, sir. Yes, but well, actually, my sister, sir, she says she saw it.
Really? What has she told you about it?
Um, she said that she was well. She said she'd heard whispering, but she couldn't make out the words.
Huh, and would
Serpent.
you mind telling me where your sister is? I'm a man from the church, and we heard a few stories here, and
Well, she'd be
we
she'd be at
figured
home,
that if
sir.
it comes, and we figure if it comes down to it, maybe we can do an exorcism if this is not a host. So maybe if I can get some information from her, if that's okay with you.
Well, sure. I mean, I'll tell you. I'll tell you where we live. You feel free to drop by there and ask for her.
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
Sorry, my cat is being a dickhead and throwing things off of my table now. My things.
That's
Fuck
your
off.
fault for putting things on top of the table, human.
I know, right?
They
Okay.
belong on the floor.
Indeed,
Yes,
everything belongs
that's
on the floor.
that's where it must be.
What the fuck are you doing, weirdo? Stop. Okay. So yeah, he tells you where they live. His sister's name is Stephanie. He tell you.
Okay. He would be like, "Thank you very much," and he would put the others and be like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah, Medina will go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll follow Klaus.
Yeah, and Klaus would head to the house.
Tupac.
Say again.
Mm.
Oh, I
For
missed
me.
whatever the last bit was.
You talking to me or are you talking to?
Oh, I think you said something, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, I heard someone say Tupac. I think.
Tupac.
Yeah, I thought I heard
I
Tupac
guess
also.
somebody here in the room they said that they said I was too popular tonight because the phone kept ringing on.
Oh,
Oh,
Tupac.
okay.
It was just before I muted it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, what did you guys do? Can you fill me up real quick on what happened?
The stable guy mentioned that his sister had talked to the ghost, so I told him that I'm with the church, and if this is not a host, that I can perform an exorcism, and if it would be okay for me to talk to the sister. So he gave us the address to the house to talk to her.
Oh, wonderful. Good.
Okay. So you go into the house, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, a woman will answer the door. This is more of a kind of a middle-aged woman, but she's wearing she's even got an apron on. Looks like she's been cooking or something. She says hello.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Brother Klaus. I'm here to speak with Stephanie.
Oh, I suppose what is it about, sir?
Just little rumors that the church heard about this place, and we're just trying to get information from people. Nothing big.
Witch burnings are big in all over Europe right now. So she looks at you
Uh,
kind of when you say that. She looks at you. Says, what kind of things, rumors, sir? She's not in trouble, is she?
no, no, no. We just heard some silly ghost stories, and we just want to make sure that it's a host, so that way we can report back to the church and be
A
done with it.
host.
Well, you see that there is such things as ghosts. So if there is a ghost, then we'll exercise it, and if there's not, then we'll just leave the town.
Very well, I see. Okay, well, yes.
But don't
So,
worry,
Stephanie,
nobody's.
Stephanie, there's a man here from the church to see you. And Stephanie will come forward, and she's in her late teens, dark hair. She kind of walks up, smiling. Yes, can I help you? Father, is it?
Well, Father Klaus, and he would thank her, and then he would do like a little, kind of like a blessing sign, so that she feels safe or whatever.
Yeah, I get it. Like you give her a blessing, not a magical blessing, but just a blessing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he would just go, "Is there anywhere we can just sit down and talk for a second?"
Sure, come on in and go in. They have a nice, cozy home. Nice stuffed chairs you can sit in.
And he would introduce Geo and Colin. He would be, "These are my my partners." Yeah.
A pleasure to meet you.
And you
Oh,
as
you
well, sir.
say it in English? You say it in English?
This is all in English. It's gotta be.
Yeah, yeah, because
Oh,
Nigel's not here. So
oh, okay. Did you just to not to slow down the game, but hey, had you spoke to me in English before, or were you always in Spanish until now? I don't remember. Do you?
I think I did say some English to you.
Okay, okay. So it
Yeah,
wouldn't be a
it's just
surprise.
Nigel he doesn't like.
Yes, it's just
Gotcha.
Nigel.
Okay. Been a couple of weeks, so it's hard to remember. So okay, that's fine. I just want to be up.
Don't worry.
So, what can I do for you?
Well, the reason I'm here is because we heard some rumors about this town being kind of hunted by a ghost, but we're just
Oh,
wanting to see
it
if
is
it's true
haunted,
or
sir.
not.
I've heard it.
Really? What can you tell me, dear?
I just I heard whispering one night, and there was no one around, just me.
And where did you hear them, and what did you hear?
I couldn't understand anything that was being said, but it happened in my room, sir.
Would you mind showing me? And it was it like in a certain time that it happened, or
Oh, it must have been. Well, it was when I was getting ready to go to bed. It must have been maybe 9:30 at night.
what time is it right now? I'm asking you.
By this point in time, about noon.
Okay. He would definitely like ask her where it happened and to have her show him, and then I just want to take a look to see if I see anything that's off.
Yeah, she shows you her room. It's a perfectly normal room. A little bit on the posh side for village life, but it's nice.
Gotcha. So nothing really looks off.
No, it looks great.
Okay. He would be like, so have you? It was has have you heard any other sightings, or it just happened once in your room, or has it happened more than once?
It only happened to me once, but oh, some of my friends too. Um, Susan, yeah, she said she was walking home one night from the Wheat Sheaf Inn, and she felt something brush past her, or like a person rushing past her, but there was no one there.
So I'm not trying to scare this girl, but he would grab her hands for a second, and he would be like anything you could tell me that could really help with this would be that very grateful. The church would definitely try to compensate if anything if we find out that it's true.
I don't know what more I can tell you. I mean, just ask around. Lots of people have had experiences.
And what do you know about this tower? Has anybody heard things from there? Or has anybody gone
Oh,
in?
the old haunted tower of Lord Ashmanhaugh?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's always been there. I think it's been there since my grandparents' time, at least. Maybe older. It's always been abandoned, too. Nobody even knows. I don't think there's any record of this Well, Lord Ashmanhaugh ever living in a tower out there. There's never even been a Lord Ashmanhaugh.
I see. And you don't happen to know if there's anywhere that would keep any information about like people or places in town at all?
Information? What kind of information?
Just maybe history about the town, anything really.
Oh, your best bet would probably be to talk to Vicar Larch or Otto. He talks to everyone in town.
Okay. Well, your help, you've been very, very grateful. Your information, thank you very much.
Don't.
Question: Does this girl like sick or anything at all, or is she like
No,
super healthy?
she's really she's super healthy, good looking,
How old is she?
maybe 19,
Okay.
18.
Would you mind if I asked you a question myself?
Yes, Mr. Frost.
Uh, what would what would you consider your health uh, for the general part of your life has been healthy? You
Oh, I'm
had
perfectly healthy,
sicknesses.
sir. Yes, I've even still got all my teeth.
Pardon? Oh. Is that something usual here in the town? I mean, is everybody pretty healthy, or I know some
Yeah, we're
villages
a good,
have,
clean living Christian folk.
Oh, oh, very well.
God takes
Is your
care of his own.
still
I'm
with
sorry.
us? Is your parents still with us?
Oh, well, yes, you met my mother already, I believe, at the door.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My brother is working at the stable that my dad owns in town. And I believe Dad's out at Mr. Dudley's farm today, giving him a hand. Dad likes to help
Oh,
out the local farmers when they need it.
ah, very good. Nice, nice for him to do that. Yes.
Well, yeah, I think with that he would excuse himself and just tell her that he would just say, "Thank you very much for your information, and if you do hear anything else, please come find us in the inn."
Yeah, of course. I certainly will.
And with that, he would say goodbye and start like walking out the door.
So did she tell anything about the tower while I was offline? Did she mention the tower?
She did, but there wasn't really no information or
Oh,
whether
good on
that
you.
lord lived there and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, she had mentioned that it was supposedly the tower of the old Lord Ashmanhaugh or something like that. But she said there's never been a Lord of Ashmanhaugh that she knows of.
And she mentioned something about her friend, but it's just very much the same thing as her. She heard something, she felt something, so that's not a lot of information really.
This cat is a moron. Sorry.
Maybe we should go back to the inn and see what the others found.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Okay.
must. We must
You
go.
all regroup at the inn for lunch. It is about lunchtime.
Yep.
It smells real good. It's pretty full, but you find an empty table. Good sized table for six, you know. Um, but yeah, it's pretty full in here, and you can smell beef and carrots and potatoes and onions, salt. Yeah, they're serving a real hearty stew, fresh bread, more of that fantastic butter.
Ah, a good meal.
Yeah, it's fantastic. If for lunch they would
Oh,
serve more beer.
I have a
I,
question about the
I,
food.
I will have milk, no beer.
Sure, they give you a fucking nicest, coldest, like freshest tasting glass of milk you ever had.
Good. Good.
What's your question about the food?
Okay, like the vegetables, if they're raw vegetables or whatever, did they look like
Fresh vegetables, they're
excellent,
cooked.
excellent quality vegetables? I
Oh,
mean,
you
is the
want
food?
you want to ask to see some of the fresh vegetables because this is all
No.
cooked.
Okay, no, I wouldn't ask that. I just was curious, but basically, we're discovering that the food is like top quality food. Is that what basically you're
Yeah, it's
saying?
fantastic. Yeah, excellent food.
Okay.
All the food you've had since you've been here has been great.
Just like all the people kind of are excellent around here.
Yeah, everything is just fine.
Did we enter the twilight zone? Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Colin, give me a hmm, give me a saving throw. Magic. What'd you roll there, Rob? D20. Saving throw versus magic. He's gone quiet. Silent running. Okay. Well, what's everybody else doing?
Colin suddenly set aflame.
What is everyone else doing?
Well, I rolled a 10 for
Oh, you
my.
rolled a 10?
Uh-huh.
I think that's a fail. Okay, cool.
Okay. I had like a 14 under the magic.
Yep. That means you need to roll 14 or higher
Okay.
for a saving throw. Yep. Okay, cool. What's everyone else doing? You guys have a beautiful lunch.
All right, so I do want to talk about. So everyone's here.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
so
yes.
Beef stew for everybody. Fresh bread. Beautiful butter.
are there any other merchant-looking people in the bar at the time at the moment, or
Roll a d20 for me. Tell me what you roll.
rolled a 1?
Yes. You definitely see
Okay.
some people here that weren't here this morning. And if you ask Melinda, she'll tell you, yeah, those are the two merchants. They ended up staying late. I think they're gonna stay another night.
How do they look? Tired or
They're
worn out?
chowing down. They look right now they look like they're famished.
Okay.
They're chowing down and drinking beer.
Before I head over to them, so while after we left the church, I went and spoke to a gentleman leaving town. He was apparently a traveling merchant, and he mentioned that he had been coming here for quite a long time, but when he woke up this morning, he was also feeling under the weather, lethargic. And then I got to thinking about we got to thinking about the people in town and how they all seemed. Notice how happy everyone is. Everyone's clean and well adjusted. I wouldn't expect that in such a small town for everyone to be in such a great mood all the time. And then I remembered my mirror going missing. So I looked at the reflections of the people in town in a shop window, and I noticed a gentleman staring at me. And he was dirty and unkempt. And when I turned around, he was not there. He only appeared in the reflection. And I give his description, and I wonder if it's someone that Colin recognizes.
That
Hmm.
is a very odd tale, Antonio.
Indeed. I wonder if I saw our
Yes.
spirit.
Hmm.
First of all, roll a d20 for me, Merrick.
True, I saw it as well.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. It doesn't sound like. I mean, the description isn't really to any great detail, anyway, of his personal physical features and anything. So, yeah, you have no idea who it is, who it could be.
I was just wondering if you might have thought it was one of the two guys who just passed away. But
No.
do any of you have a mirror?
Mm, no.
Yeah, not really. The only thing that I have that I think would maybe show a reflection is a tinderbox, and I highly doubt that.
Yeah, it's probably not shiny enough.
I wonder if I. No, I don't think that would work. I was gonna say maybe the spyglass, but I doubt it.
No.
Is the bartender and his wife, they're happy people too?
Pretty much, except for when somebody pisses them off, which is usually one of you guys.
I want to go up to one of them.
Which one?
I guess the wife.
Okay, she's busy serving, but she stops and yes. Oh, yes, sir. Would you like another glass of wine?
No, I just wanted to ask you something.
Oh, yes.
Why are you so happy?
Why not? Life is good, isn't it?
Is it?
Look,
What
we
makes
have
life
we,
so
we have an
good?
entire room full of customers here, spending money buying food and drink.
True,
What do I have
true.
to not be happy about? Aside, perhaps, from your odor.
Well, you don't have to be offensive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I tend to be a little bit mm,
So rude.
candid. Sorry, you
Happy
just smell like you could really use a bath. You smell like wine and sweat, sir.
as a man should smell.
Hmm, I see. Well, I'm very busy, so I'm going to get back to
Yes,
work now.
yes.
And
Get
she
back to your
trots
useless.
off.
You're no good to me. I tried to talk to them. They're ridiculous. I can't speak to these people. They're too happy.
I go to Antonio. That's in Spanish. That is no way. That is no way to speak to a woman that he is doing right now.
Now, actually, this character has better charisma than Solomon Jack did, but
Oh, I can't stand him.
I reply in Spanish. Well, just tolerate him for now. He is paying rent, and he did come along to assist us in case something happens.
every time he speaks Spanish, I'm going to pay real close attention and I'm
Okay.
going to start picking up words because some Spanish is similar to Latin.
Eventually, you'll maybe get
Yeah.
another chance to roll to learn the language. Sure. Sounds good.
But then I will change to another language.
Well, while they're all on the table, I would tell Antonio about about meeting the stable boy, and he talking about his sister's encounter, and her talking about her friends. So there's something's definitely going on here.
What was the sisters' encounter?
She said that she heard whispers out of nowhere. She just couldn't understand it, and then she mentioned that her friend felt somebody pass by and touch her, but there was nobody nearby.
Hmm. Well, I mean, the ghost must come from this haunted tower. Is that our only last lead? Did we have anything else to look up on?
We need to find out more information about this tower. What time is it right now that we're at?
Like half one in the afternoon.
Okay. I'm thinking maybe to pay a visit back out to Riley's and speak with his widow. Maybe, how about Antonio? Would you like to go out there? I don't want to take everybody out there because it would be kind of odd.
To the
So maybe
tower?
just, no, not to the tower, to my friend Riley's house and talk to his widow.
Ah, yes, I'd be happy to join you.
Maybe you could think of some things that I might not be able to think of. Is that okay with the rest of you, Drew? Maybe you can find somebody that can talk about the tower here in town. There
Yeah,
has to be somebody that knows about it.
yeah, we can do your plan, but I was just wondering, we got the bartender and his wife, we got the vicar. Are there any other like people around town, like business owners or major personalities or whatever?
I got a quick question.
Okay, hold on. What was your question, Nigel? Sorry again.
Like, is there any other like semi-important people in town besides like the bartender and the vicar?
The bartender, the vicar. Let's see. Anybody else here that I've got? No, not really. That's kind of the hub of civilization, you know,
Is there
especially in
any of
England in the
the town
17th century. It's the
any of the
pub and
townsfolk
the church.
any of the townsfolk like stand out, somebody popular that everybody knows or something?
Well, there's the old rich retiree. Um, lives outside of town, John Hatcher. He's rich. He's got a huge house,
He lives
bunch of
outside
bunch
of
of
town.
servants. Lives a
Maybe we
very
should talk to
luxurious
him.
life. He's the closest thing to a lord of Ashmanhaugh as there ever was, just because he's got enough money to, you know, do
Maybe we
whatever the
should.
hell he wants, pretty much.
I don't know. He lives outside of town though. Maybe I don't know. Perhaps he could be of use. Is Yeah, maybe the vicar knows more about the tower. I don't know who else would know about it.
Well, we're supposed to meet with him later. I just forgot what time it is.
Yeah, it was like what, lunchtime. So
Days at 2 o'clock. So yeah, it's like half an hour from now.
all right.
Okay, so what's the plan? Colin wants to go out with Antonio to talk to Riley's widow, right?
Yeah.
Can we
Okay.
do that before we go to the vicar?
We can do either way. Wait, who else going to the vicar?
I
Nigel,
do want
Medina, and
to.
Klaus?
Should probably all just talk to the vicar, and then we can go from there after.
Yes.
Figure out what to do.
Oh,
I
all of
will
you together, you mean?
follow. Yeah, I will follow everyone.
Before
Okay.
we head out there, I'm going to head over to the two merchants. Are they eating at the same table?
No.
Walk over to one of them and say, "Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Are you a merchant by chance? A traveling trader?
I am, yes.
You don't happen to have mirrors for sale, do you?"
No, I'm sorry. I sold everything last night.
Hmm,
I meant to go home earlier today, but I wasn't feeling well. Decided
I
to stay
see.
another night.
Have you been trading in this town long?
Um, I've been here a handful of times over the last couple of years. Yeah.
You never woke up feeling tired like today, though.
Well, no, I think I might have caught a bug or something. I don't know.
Ooh, I see, I see. Well,
I was not feeling too well this morning. Maybe it was something I
mm,
ate. I did eat
ah,
and drink a lot last night.
hmm, that could very well be. Well, I'm sorry to
Food in
bother
this
your.
place, the food and drink is some of the best. All the towns I go, I should trade here more often, I think.
Indeed, indeed. Well, thank you for your time, good sir. I'll leave you to your lunch. Sorry to bother you, and walk over to the other table.
Hmm.
Sorry, I understand that you are a traveling trader, is it not? Are you not?
Yeah, you
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 don't
want to buy
happen to.
something?
Do you happen to have a mirror for sale?
Yeah, I got a couple of mirrors.
No. If I might take one off your hands. I don't need anything large, just maybe a small steel mirror if you have one.
Sure, I have one up in my room. Do you mind if I finish eating before I get it, or
Oh, I was about to head out.
no? No worries. I'll go get it now.
Oh, that would be wonderful of you.
And he, kind of rushes himself upstairs a bit and leaves his food and drink there in the bar. Steel mirror, yeah, yeah. He brings a
Yep,
steel mirror back down.
excellent.
Here you go, sir. Will this one do?
Oh, that would be wonderful. How much are you asking for it?
Five silver, please.
5 silver, 5 silver. Let me see here. I kind of poke through my bag. Ah, well, I guess I. Well, here, for your trouble and have a wonderful day. No need for change. And I hand him a gold piece. Because it's 10 silver, 2 gold, right? Or is it?
No, 50 silver is a gold.
Oh, never mind then. No, never mind then. I'll hand him 6 silver pieces.
Okay. Oh, thank you, sir.
Enjoy your meal. Oh, you seem a little under the weather today. Are you feeling all right?
Oh, you can tell.
Oh, yeah, it just seemed a little lethargic.
I think I might have had too much to drink last night.
I see. I see. Well, I'm sorry to bother your lunch. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and then I will go and talk to Otto before we head out, real quick.
Okay.
I was wondering if I can get a. Do you have a chicken on the roast?
Chicken on the roast? Well, not right now. We can
Hmm.
certainly do
Oh.
so. We have chickens.
But do you have any anything ready? Like, is it possible to get a basket put together with some food?
Oh, you mean like some trail rations or some such? Yeah.
Well, we were going to visit the friend of the widow of a friend of my companions, and I thought of bringing some food with me. Maybe
Oh
a couple
well,
loaves of bread.
I could send you a couple of loaves of bread with some of the roast, the beef there.
That would be wonderful.
That's what makes the stew so good. We would put some of the leftover roast beef in there.
That would be most excellent. How much would
And of course, I'll send along a bit of wheat sheaf butter as well.
that would be great. How much would you like for that?
So you got a couple loaves of bread plus this meat. So you probably got food for how many people?
I don't know.
That'd probably feed 4 or 5 at least anyway, yeah?
Right.
So I'll tell you in a second. Here we go, meal. Boom, 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 boom. Whoa, why is there such a disparity? Okay.
Between city and rural.
Yeah, okay, here we go. We'll go with 3 copper per person. So yeah, it's going to cost you a silver piece and 5 coppers. Silver
I'll
and
give
a
him 2
half.
silver. I'll give him 2 silver.
Thank you.
Thank you, Otto. All right, Colin, I'm ready if you are.
Yes, let's go. That's quite nice of you there, Antonio.
Indeed.
The letters that I received from my friend there before he passed, he always said good things about you, and I can see why now. He's
I must
very
admit,
thoughtful.
All right, well, wait until we get outside before I'd say anything further.
Yeah.
About that. Oh.
Whoa.
Crash.
I went to lunch.
There goes the basket of food. Oh, shit.
Ah, shit. Why does it sound like an empty pop bottle? What's a pop?
So, what do you say when you get outside?
Okay, so after we're out of earshot of the Otto and that, I must admit, though, I do have some ulterior motives about bringing food out of the inn. You said your friend lived outside of town?
Yes.
I'm wondering if once we leave the city limits with this food, if it would still look as good.
Oh, interesting.
And if so,
We shall
then
find out.
at least we will have prepared in advance to help feed your friend's family.
Yeah, that's
For
a
a
good
day at
idea.
least.
Yes. Yes, it's
Hey,
not too far of a walk.
As we head out to the place, I want to look for some animals for
So,
livestock.
is everybody going with them now? You guys are all going together now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was just me and Colin. Sorry.
that was Colin's idea as well, but everybody's following you.
No, what I was saying earlier is because earlier we had talked to the beacon, so I figured if we were supposed to meet with him, we might as well meet with him, and after he tells us information, then we can figure out what to do after that.
Okay. So, you're all heading out
Wait,
to
why don't
Joseph
you guys
Reisner's.
go to the deacon, and we'll go
Vicar.
out
He's
to
a
the
vicar.
farm. Vicar, and we'll go out to the farm.
So
You know
the
what?
vicar said he was going out to visit the dude's wife. Is
Yeah,
that the same
but he
place?
would be
you're
back.
Yeah,
going?
but he said he'd be back by 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Very well.
Which it's approaching now.
I mean, I'll go to the vicar if Klaus goes because he needs to.
Yeah,
See.
might as well.
And Medina too.
Yep.
But I want to find an animal on the way.
Okay. What, like a dog or cat or something? Sure.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah,
Then
cat. Village cat. A
that'll work.
tom.
I want to cast speak with animal.
Oh, cool.
Cool. Yeah, good idea.
Where are you doing this?
Like around the corner of a barn or something, out of sight.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, poor Medina. He's thinking, "Uh-oh, what's he gonna do with this poor cat?" Yeah, kitty, kitty.
Hmm. Speak with animals. Hold on a second. Sorry, pardon me.
Oh no. Oh god.
Why is it? Oh no.
I don't want you to harm a poor little kitty cat.
Okay.
I was going to talk to it.
Okay. So you cast speak with animal.
Yeah.
I presume Medina and Colin, you guys at least, you saw him walk into the alley. You see him cast a spell.
Well, I'll tell him like, hey, give me a second or whatever.
Yeah, but they totally peek. I'm sure.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on him.
So what do you do after you cast a spell? The cat's just there chilling.
I want to ask it. Is this place? Uh, is this place wrong to you?
And it looks at you and kind of blinks. Says, "Do you have any fish?
Perhaps.
Give me some fish." He
I'll
rubs up against your leg.
I'll look at them. I'll be like, do y'all have any food?
Nope.
Come on.
I got rations. I can give
Oh,
you my
wait.
rations.
I say nope in Spanish, by the way.
You don't.
Which is no.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have any fish, do you? Ah, fuck you guys. He turns and starts walking away.
Wait a minute, Klaus, give me some rations.
I'll
He
give
keeps
him
walking
my.
away, trotting out into the street.
I'll throw him a ration.
A ration? What's that?
I
A
don't know.
You throw him,
How
you
about
throw him some
for
bread or
for
some cheese or
piece
something.
of ground meat, a piece of jerky.
Okay, sure, sure. Oh, he goes over and scoops up. Oh, that's good. Give me some more.
Well, answer my question.
What question?
Is this place feel normal to you?
Yeah, come on.
Do you
Give me
see
some
ghosts?
more.
I throw him another piece.
He starts chowing that down.
Do you see ghosts around here?
He says, "Oh man, that's really hard to chew.
But it tastes good, don't it? It's salty.
You guys eat this stuff? Like, I mean, it tastes great." Okay, come on. That one's almost done. Give me some more.
I'll give him some more. I got the ration. It's like a
He
day.
starts purring and rubbing up against your leg.
So do you
But
see
finally
ghosts
found
around
someone who
here?
likes Nigel.
I'll pet him a little bit.
Ghost? What's a
Yeah.
ghost?
Do you feel any strange vibes around here?
Hey, wait a minute. How come you can speak my language? None of the other humans can.
That's right. I'm a cat person.
Ah, the best kind of person. Give me some more beef jerky.
Here you go. So is
Oh,
there
you're my
anything?
favorite. You're my favorite of the humans.
What in this town scares you?
Hmm. Um. Well, the worst are the people. Some of the people can be pretty scary sometimes. The kids, they like to throw things at you, chase you.
Have you always were you born in this town?
What's a town?
This place.
Well, no, no.
Where'd you come from?
I don't know. When my earliest I remember is with mom and the gang up at the farmhouse. There was a barn. It had chickens.
I don't think I'm getting anywhere with this cat.
Give me
Uh,
some more beef jerky. Come on, come on. You don't need it all. Come on, look how big you are already. Hey,
I don't know.
you got a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, here, have some more.
I'll can I come with you?
Sure.
I mean, as long as you keep don't run out of beef jerky. Anyway, yeah, I'll be your friend.
Don't you cats like see spirits and stuff and sense things that humans can't see?
What's a spirit?
I
Yeah, we
don't
see
know.
all kinds of things you don't see. That's because you're dumb.
Things that aren't humans, but aren't normal, natural, physical. You don't understand these words,
I
do
don't know
you?
what you're talking about. Got any more beef jerky?
Here, I give him the rest of whatever I got, and then
Mm.
I'm like, I'm leaving. If you want to follow me, feel free.
Wait, what about the? He looks kind of torn between you and the beef jerky. Picks up as much of it as he can in his mouth. And he starts following you.
And then I guess that
How long does that spell last?
2 rounds per level, so
Oh, that's
8.
about it. That's plenty long. That conversation was probably too long, but that's fair.
The
And
cat knows nothing.
the cat follows you.
Good. That might need that later.
It's yours now.
He is a black tom.
Nice. That's what I'll call him.
Okay. So that was on your way to see the vicar, right? You go back to church. The vicar's back. Yep. Oh, welcome.
Klaus, you're up.
Yes, class.
He would definitely look at Nigel with like a grin, like kind of like laughing a little.
What? I have a pet now.
Is everything okay?
Yes, we just came back to get that information you were gonna give us earlier.
What information?
About what's going on in town, the whole ghost thing.
Oh, superstitious stories.
Yes, that's
Things that people make up to explain things that they can't understand. Or things that don't make sense. I don't really believe in ghosts. There's only one ghost, and that's the Holy Ghost.
So, what is your stance on ghosts then? Are they demons or?
Well, anything supernatural of that sort that does exist as real is, of course, the work of Satan.
Of course. Could the work of Satan be in this town?
Oh, certainly not. No, I have a very good flock. I'm very fortunate here. I believe it is owed to my own personal devotion to God.
Indeed. What do you know of this tower?
Oh, the old haunted tower?
Yes.
I don't know much about it at all, other than that it's there's a tower out there that's supposed to be haunted, and nobody goes there.
Well,
Everyone's
was it here before the town?
I don't know, sir. I've only been here for maybe 9 years, like I told you before.
Hmm. Has anyone
so.
ever gone to the tower and come back?
Not that I know of, but nobody I know of has gone to the tower.
They're all afraid it's haunted, even though you tell them that ghosts aren't real.
Well, I told you that ghosts aren't real. I don't necessarily tell them that.
Why not? Don't you preach to them on Sundays?
Well, because ghosts can be real, but like I said, when they are real, they are the work of the devil.
Well, if that's the work of the devil, why shouldn't someone do something about it?
The tower?
Yes. The
Well,
evil, the haunted
are
spirit.
you volunteering, sir?
No, I'm just
Fantastic.
asking
I will help to fund your
We are,
expedition.
if you can give us
funds, you say.
better information about it.
You say fund.
Yes, I've been very curious about the place. No one's ever
How
gone there.
much? In advance.
Yes, what supplies will you need?
Well, we need quite a few. We have a large crew. We need lots of stuff. I'd say a couple hundred should cover it.
A couple hundred
Silver?
silver pieces. Give me just roll d20 for me there. What is your charisma, Nigel?
It's 11. So I gotta get what, out under? Hey, I did it. I got a 9.
Okay. He very well. Yes, a couple hundred silver pieces. I hope you'll take gold. I don't have that
Certainly.
many silver pieces lying around. He
Certainly.
goes over, you know, to a door at the back of church, opens it, goes in,
I look at those guys and I'm like nodding and smiling. I'm like,
closes the
hey,
door behind him, comes back out a minute later, carrying 4 gold pieces and hands them to you. There you go, sir.
thank you, thank you. Yes.
Please just let me know what you find in the
Praise
necklace.
God.
Is there
And he'll do a blessing. He reaches for his holy water.
I step back. Okay, we must be on our way now.
Strange man.
well, thank you for all the help, and we'll make sure to head over there soon and check it out. You sure that nobody has no information at all about this place, or maybe like a secret entrance or anything?
No, certainly not.
Thank you. We will sort this out for you. We will. We will get back to you.
Oh, very well.
When we get outside, I'll be like, wow, that worked out. Maybe coming to this town was better than I thought. That worked out great. I'm rich. And then I look at them and I'm like, oh, I guess you want one? You can have one, Klaus. And I look at Medina. Would you like
I'm okay. You can
gold?
enjoy your goal.
Would you like a piece of gold, Spaniard?
He says, "Fuck off" in Spanish.
I guess that's a no. And I slip it into my pouch, glaring at him the whole time. Ugh.
Antonio and Colin, you guys were going out to the Riley house, yeah?
Or
Yes.
indeed. Along the way, occasionally I'm gonna pull the mirror out and like hold it up and look at the people behind me, like looking at my reflection, but actually reflected over my shoulder,
Okay.
and search for that guy.
Yeah, okay. Now you don't see him.
Okay. Every now and then yeah, and then watch the food as we
What?
go as well. The
Watch
food we're bringing.
the food. Oh,
And
yeah,
just
yeah.
check on that every now and then
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, right. So, um, give me another magic save.
All right. Papa needs a new pair of shoes. Oh, 18.
18.
Mm-hmm. That's a success.
You look in the basket, and there's no food in there. Well, it might have been food once, but it's rotten.
Mm.
And you look up at the farmhouse that
Mm-hmm.
you're approaching, and it's still. There's no sound of animals. There's no sign of any activity. The crops haven't been tended to for what looks like weeks at least.
Mm-hmm. Colin.
Colin,
Yes.
you looking up at the farmhouse, and you see
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Riley stand up and wave to you. Hey, Colin Frost. Good to see you, my friend.
Do you see what I'm seeing? I see Riley. He
You
was
don't
dead
see
this morning.
anybody, Antonio, except for
Mm.
Colin, of course. You
Oh,
He's waiting.
Joseph. Hmm.
no, you don't see Joseph.
I'll turn around and check behind me and hold the mirror up and look.
Okay.
Farmhouse in the mirror.
It's exactly the reflection of what you see with your own eyes.
Hmm. Are you sure you see him? Perhaps you're a bit peckish. Would you like some food? And it
No,
pull back the no.
no, I don't need any
Yeah,
food.
I would
Just,
recommend eating it.
uh,
It
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 looks
is
normal
quite
to you, Colin.
it is actually quite rotten.
so what do you see if you don't see Riley?
I see a farmhouse that hasn't been used in months. Fields lying fallow and unworked, and I hear nothing either.
All right, give me
What
a
the?
give me a saving throw now versus magic, Colin. D20.
Hey, it's just gonna take me a minute to get over there to roll it. You want to just roll it for me? That would probably be easier.
Oh, sure. Sorry.
Trying to deal this faster.
Okay, no,
No, it's all right.
you
It's
failed.
faster.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah. Okay.
You still see Joseph waving to you. Hey, what's taking so long? Come on up.
So you don't see what I see then?
No, I don't. I see my friend that died
Where
this morning.
where is he standing?
He's standing. I think you described he standing like in the field, right? Did you say, Ian? He's
Yeah.
standing like in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's
Tell
walking
me.
down towards you, approaching the road.
He's walking
Little.
towards us now.
And okay, I'll go and stand. Well, face him directly, I say.
Okay.
And I'll go and stand directly in front of Colin and start walking right towards where he says this guy is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll hold the basket in front of me.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna like walk right through him, basically.
If I just gonna walk. If I walk through him, I'll walk through him.
How would this look too? So, Colin, what you see Antonio walk forward, and you see the guy step around him and look at him kind of oddly, and then he walks over to you and says, "What's with your friend?"
And I'll stop and after I've gone further than where he described him to be and turn around and shrug.
Oh, my friend gets a little lost in the beauty of nature sometimes.
I see. Well, the farm is doing quite well these days, he says.
Oh, from what I see, it is, yes.
Thriving.
Very well.
Thriving. Just like the rest
And
of the town, really.
how are you? How are you today?
Me? I'm fine.
Yes.
You?
I've been better, but I mean, it's the sadness of the reason why being here. It's taking its toll, I guess.
Yes, of course. It's unfortunate about James, but he he went well. He was old.
How did he pass? We never did get a chance to discuss that.
I think it was just a normal age-related illness or something.
Okay. Well, then
Okay.
You're hearing none of. Well, you're only hearing, of course, Colin talking to
Okay.
nobody.
I'll go and I'll walk up to about let's see here. Is he more than 120 feet from me?
You can't see him. Oh, you mean Colin?
Yeah.
It depends. How far did you want to walk? Probably not.
Okay. So I am going to put down the basket, look around, and I don't see anybody, right? It's just an empty field.
Oh, give me yeah, actually you see somebody like kind of like laying over a pile of what looks like rotting hay. Quite dead and
Okay.
decayed.
Okay. I'll go turn to Colin and I will shake out my hands, speak out a word of power and dispel magic centered on his location.
Okay.
It affects a 20 feet cubic area. All spells that are in the area that are currently in effect are automatically negated. And all magic items within the area are temporarily disenchanted. It has no effect on cleric spells. And it only negates magic curses or diseases for 2d6 turns.
Okay. Yep. Nothing happens. Except
Colin has seen me cast a spell.
Colin sees you cast a spell, and it startles Joseph. He's like, whoa! What's going on with your friend here?
And I'll look at Colin and I'll go and I'll raise my hands up like, Do you
Colin?
see as I see?
What do you mean, my friend here?
Everything looks the same.
He just he just walked over to talk to you. What do you mean, Riley?
Is he a spellcaster? He should be careful with that. People in the village, they won't treat him too kindly if they find out that he's you know, a warlock or whatever.
Oh
Hmm.
shit, that's right. I haven't done it in college. Well, yeah, I figured that as soon as I cast it, I'm like, oh shit, I hadn't done this in Colin yet. Well, cat's out of the bag.
Colin, you did see him cast a spell, so but
Okay. Oh, I should mark that off my sheet.
Well, I think he would have had some idea, probably maybe some letters that Cole had written.
maybe
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's
Some
probably
code in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
something, yeah.
yeah, some kind of hinting, around of it
Right.
because you
So
guys were
he'll say,
together for over a year.
he would say to you anyway, well, come on in, come on in. I'll have Mary, I'm sure, has got some leftovers there from lunch. If you're hungry, have something to drink.
I'm gonna
You can meet
walk
the
over to that
kids.
body.
Okay. What do you want to do when you get there? It's well decayed and it stinks.
Is there any kind of trinkets or anything on it? Like, does he have like a belt or a ring?
Sure, probably.
Okay. We'll pull off the ring.
Okay.
Use my dagger to cut it away and
Mm-hmm.
shake the finger
Yeah.
out, and then wipe it with a rag,
Mm-hmm.
and then walk into the house. Because once I see Colin go in there,
You see Colin walk in and sit down at the table. I assume you're gonna sit down, Colin, for some food and refreshment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see him sit down at the table. The table's filthy. There's food on the table there that looks like it's been there for several weeks at least. Um,
hmm,
but yeah,
He he com-
For you, Colin, it's the idyllic farmhouse, and again, and
right.
yeah,
I don't think I just not trying to overplay it, but I don't think he would have tore into any food because he just ate
yeah,
lunch
no worries, no worries.
himself. So
There's something to
he may
drink anyway. Yeah,
take a piece here and there.
glass of wine. Okay, you're picking up some
Yes,
food too.
yeah,
Yeah, you see
drink,
that.
of course.
You see Colin's picking up some of this rotting food and putting it in his mouth. You see him pick up like a glass that has some kind of liquid in it. Not sure what it is. Oh, that looks like chunky milk, like rotten milk, and he drinks some of it.
I
Still having this conversation with a person who's not here.
Colin, here, I found something, and I put the ring on his hand. Does it have like a symbol or anything on it?
No, it's a plain gold band.
I put it on his hand. I found it in the hay pile,
Okay, Colin.
and then I lean forward and I whisper, "On the body of a dead
So he puts his ring in your hand, Colin, and you're looking at it, and it looks just like the wedding ring that Joseph is wearing. Um, Give me another saving throw, Rob. Oh,
Okay,
or do you want me to roll?
I got it this time. Okay, I rolled a 6, which will probably not work.
And Joseph fades out from in front of you, and now the illusion dissipates, and you are also sitting in this rotting, uh, well, not rotting. Sorry, there's this rotting meal. The food in your hand is rotten. The glass in your other hand is full of rotten milk that you've been drinking, and you can
And
taste
he
it. You can
throws
taste
up.
it now on your lips.
Yeah, he's gonna throw that up. He's gonna make him gag himself and make him throw it up. He doesn't want it in his system,
Mm-hmm.
so he'll just vomit it all
man."
over.
I pat him on the back and says, "Yes, get it all out, all of it."
God, what the hell have we got into?
I don't know, but I believe your man Joseph has been dead for quite a bit longer than you suspect. I found that ring. Come, I'll show you. And I'll lead him outside. And I point to the body on the pile of hay. There's something very, very wrong in this town, and I think I know why we're all feeling under the weather after spending the night drinking rotten food and rotten beer,
Exactly.
talking to dead men. There's not just one ghost in this town, it is a ghost town.
And you look around, and you don't see any activity in the town or any of the outlying farms. Anything where you can see, you don't see anyone
Come,
moving.
we must hurry to our companions. I believe they said they were heading to the church.
Yes, they were.
All right.
Let's
I
make
believe
haste.
they say a double time and start jogging.
Yes.
It's just straight across the field to the church. I'm not going to even bother with the road.
Okay. Yep, straight to the church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the church too is kind of like it's not very well tended anyway. It's not as beautiful as nothing in town is as beautiful as it was before. It's actually just kind of a slowly rotting village now. Um, but you do see the vicar there in his filthy robes talking to well, maybe not still talking to. This is after Nigel, Medina, and Klaus left, right? Yeah. You see the vicar there, and he will come to you. Hello, welcome.
I
It's a
turn to
glorious
Colin and I
day.
walk backwards for a second, my back to the victor, and make a shushing sound.
There are at least half a dozen bodies in the pews.
Ah, Father, good day to you. I was just looking for my friends. They said they were going to come by and speak to you.
Yes, they did. They were asking about those silly ghost stories, but there's nothing.
I told them there was nothing to those stories.
I gave them some money. They said that they were going to go and check out that old haunted tower to see if they can get to the bottom of this or anything.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Then perhaps we should head back to the inn and meet up with them.
Yeah, very well. Well, good luck to you, and please let me know what you find.
Of course, of course.
I will be interested in telling the story to my congregation one day. He smiles.
Well, we hope to bring back tales of daring do that will delight and startle them.
Okay.
And I get the hell out of there.
Okay.
All right. Yes.
You guys going to the
So
Wheat Chief Inn?
yes.
Is that where Medina, Nigel, and Klaus are? Yeah, waiting for them. Maybe having some drinks or something, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess
So
we're
you
waiting.
find them.
Doesn't
You find them like lifting, what it seemed to be empty like tankards or whatever to their lips and stuff,
Hmm.
and sitting there at a table chatting.
I'm petting my cat.
Oh yes, um, he has the bloated corpse of a cat in his lap that he's stroking.
Okay. Gentlemen,
Oh, that's great.
if I could have a word with you outside regarding our business later today.
You discovered
And I
something.
turn towards the bar and I say,
Oh,
"Sorry,
and by
Otto,
the
it's
way, there's
hush
nobody
hush."
else in the bar but them,
Right.
except for like maybe about 12 or 15 corpses,
Hmm.
rotting and stinking. And yeah.
Right.
Oh, you see the barmaid.
Dead.
Mm, yeah,
I
and
turn and I
rotten.
look at
She's
Colin and I say, or I look at the bar and I say, "Oh, sorry, Otto, I'm just going to borrow my friends here. Come, we must head outside quickly.
playing up
I
the
have
illusion.
important news for you."
It looks like they discovered something. Let's go see what it is. He seems quite urgent for some
what's
reason.
going on.
He must
And
have.
I bring them out, head towards the stable because I want to check on our horses.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, your horses are in there. They're fine. Um, they're picking around at the rotten bits of hay and whatever feed they can find.
Hmm.
Bits of old feed that is still left in some of the other stalls.
Right. We're going to have to.
Stepping over horse corpses in the process of doing so.
Ugh, okay. Tell me, is the stable boy around?
No.
Well, I don't know.
I'm
What
sorry.
is so urgent?
Gentlemen, we have
You actually
discovered.
see you find the corpse of the stable boy in one of the stalls.
And he was wearing a nice cap, wasn't he?
Well, he has a cap. It's filthy and
Right. I
gross and
go
old
and
and holy.
I pull it off the corpse's head and I knock it off in the wall. Boom, boom, boom. I walk back and I say, "Does anyone recognize this? We have discovered the secret of the ghost. This town is not haunted. This town is a ghost town. You're currently surrounded by the corpses of the villagers."
What?
Okay, you guys can
Oh,
all
and
make
why are you holding a
magic
dead
saves.
cat?
Nigel, Bettina, and Klaus. You can make magic saves with advantage. Roll 2 dice and take the better of the two.
All right. Made it.
We go rolling. Are we going for the higher number or lower?
Yeah, the higher number.
Higher.
17.
Yeah.
That's a success. Medina, you're muted.
15.
15. Is that a pass or a fail? Magic save.
12 is my magic.
Okay, cool. Yep, you all pass. Now the illusion fades. Yeah, it's a dead, rotting town.
Oh god.
Although the vicar was real.
I haven't said that yet, though.
Okay, fair. I'm just telling you that.
Right. But there is one exception to the dead all around us. The vicar still lives. He still sees the illusion. He believes he is talking to his congregation. It is a congregation of the dead.
It's so dramatic, Antonio.
I lay down the cat and I say, Black Tom, you were a good companion. Farewell.
I'm so sad I had to do that. I was kind of hoping you'd have the tomcat. That'd be kind of cool, but.
That would be.
Oh yeah, and any.
So Antonio,
by the way, if you check your pockets, all those gold pieces that you.
Yeah, I was
Oh no,
about
the gold pieces you got. No, they're stones.
Damn it.
Any money that you've gotten in this town is not. And
But that makes me think of something.
Mhm.
Go and check the actually, well, I suggest we. Oh, I'm sorry. Colin had a question.
Okay.
yeah, you stated that you think the Victor believes that his congregation is still alive.
I do. He didn't.
Yeah.
He bore all the same delusions that we were under.
So I'm thinking this man that basically owns the town. I mean, what's up with him? And why did they keep this? Yeah, they mentioned somebody. Remember, they mentioned the guy that was the kind of the head of the town.
Oh.
Had his own little rich manor outside the town.
Perhaps we should go investigate that as well. But first thing I think we should do is get our gear, get our horses out of this town because they haven't eaten in at least a day. Proper food at least.
Yeah.
So when they were like paying for their food and stuff, were they just like throwing coins on the floor?
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna go and check the bar for piles of coins.
Yep. You'd find all your coins that you spent there.
I don't remember how much I spent here.
Same with the stables. You'd find your coins there too if you search.
Yeah, I don't remember how much we spent.
Is it worth our time to take that right now and do that, or to?
We want to check this place outside of town. Perhaps he's behind it.
That's an idea I have. It's up to you folks too.
I think that's a great idea.
Part of a party.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
And there still remains the tower itself.
Yeah, the tower may be a what would you call it? Kind of a disguise from the guy. Yeah, from the guy. You know, I mean, blame everything on the tower. You know, and leaves everything else alone.
That also begs another question. What was the date on the letter that you received? Do you recall? From, say, come to this funeral?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask that. I got to retcon something then. Apologies because I fucked up. You wouldn't have found his corpse in the field. I'm going to say it was his wife's wedding band.
Okay.
Sorry. Because I fucked that up. Yeah, that letter was written, like a week ago, a little over a week ago, maybe, I don't know.
Right.
If that. Not even that long ago, now that I think about it.
Which means
you weren't that far away.
Right. Who wrote that letter then? Since perhaps your friend still lives.
I'm gonna assume. Hold on. I'm gonna assume that since I changed retcon, that you might have decided to check to see if you found his body in the house as well.
Right.
Yeah. You would have found him in his bed still, where he died when Colin.
Oh.
So he's only been dead for less than a day.
Okay, so he was still living here.
Mm-hmm. He was sorry. I was thinking about that after the fact. I was like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that about the wedding band. That was dumb. But
no, that's fine.
He was living here thinking it was a real town, and he was dying the whole time.
Yeah,
same way with James.
Hunger, which is why we are feeling down. We have not eaten real food ourselves in at least a day.
Same way with James.
Yes.
So I should know this because they probably had told me when they moved there. How long had James been there, and how long had Riley been there? Would I know?
No, just like I said before, James had
Years.
retired here like maybe almost 9 years ago,
9 years.
and Joseph had retired maybe 7 years ago.
Well, based on the
So
corpses we see here, they haven't been dead maybe more than a month or two, a couple months.
Some actually you find corpses in all sorts of disarray. Some of them have been dead for much longer. Some of them are just bones.
Okay, so this illusion, whatever it is, has been in long enough that eventually everyone who has been living here died.
Well, it's weird. We only saw one. We're in a city of dead people, but we only saw one ghost instead of like tons of them.
Perhaps what we saw in the mirror was not a spirit at all,
A
but the
real person?
perpetrator.
The perpetrator?
Yes, perhaps he is.
And
Some powerful wizard.
you see words appear on the wall. No, it was yeah, the wall. Was it the wall behind the bar? Letter by letter, you see G E T O U T.
And I clap my hands and say, "Well, folks, let's get the fuck out!" And hop on my horse and
But
ride away. No, I'm kidding.
before we run out, I
yep.
want to cast something.
You want to do what?
I want to cast something.
What do you cast? Please do.
Turn undead.
You cast Turn Undead. Okay, read it. Tell me what happens.
Alright, the total is 11.
Okay, so it would turn what 11 hit dice is it or something? Tell me again. Or do you want me to look it up? I'll look it up. I don't have it in front of me. Can't remember the last time, if ever, I've had somebody turn undead in
I
Lamentations.
had well, I wasn't gonna do it before, but then when we got into this town and we heard about ghosts and everything, I said I
Mhm.
might as well.
Totally, yeah. Why not? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever the roll determines, nothing happens other than you cast a spell.
Look for. Do I hear? Listen. Do I hear footprints? Footsteps. Footsteps.
No.
Pick up an empty tankard and hurl it at the wall that said "Get out."
Okay, it hits the wall. Ping, ting, ting, ting.
Antonio, look in your mirror and see if you can
Oh,
see the
yes,
what's
and
doing
I
that.
pull the mirror out and I start holding it, looking over my shoulder, start turning to scan the whole bar.
Okay, and no, nothing.
Nothing.
Just like what you see, the real thing, not the illusion.
Well, that is no illusion, I don't think.
It's a reflection of what you see.
Go over and check out the letters. What are they written with? It's like a finger in the dust or blood or.
What would be handy here? Some kind of fucking awful, like
Smear of
yeah,
rotten.
probably awful.
Okay.
But yeah.
Let's get our gear and let's get our gear and let's get out of here. And I wink, wink around.
Did any of us actually get kind of a whiff of where that rich man may be living in regards to the town?
Well, they said he lived in a rich manor outside of town. You
That's
think you've seen a building that would live up to that description?
Okay.
Yep.
I do want to make one stop on the way. I think it might maybe be beneficial for us, and it may be a good deed or maybe something terrible. But yeah, we'll just get our gear, hop on our horses, and as we ride over there, I want to swing by the church real quick.
Okay, you can go by the church and find the vicar.
Mhm. Yes.
He's still there. He doesn't look too good, but not as good as he did in his illusion form. But he's
Right.
still playing the part. He says, "Oh, welcome back again so soon."
Yes, Father. I just wanted to let you know that we're heading out now. Perhaps we will be able to solve whatever mystery of the tower may be there. Oh, one other thing. And I walk over to one of the corpses and I pop the skull off and I hand it to him.
And that's going to prompt a saving throw. And he looks around him aghast. He says, What is this? Is this
Oh,
some kind
Father,
of sorcery?
no, this is the reality. The town has been dying around you. Some foul illusion has been clouding your vision.
But why?
That is what
Why?
you're going to find out. But I
Why would God
suggest
do this to me?
it was not God's doing. But I do suggest you find your way, if you can, to the next town and get real food in you. I can't imagine you've been eating well for who knows how long. Have you not noticed you're feeling lethargic and ill?
And he just dejectedly kind of collapses into one of the pews and just sits there staring ahead.
pathetic.
And I'll put my hand on his shoulder and says, "It is not your fault. Think of it as but a test of the Lord. You have remained faithful to him all this time, but now it is time for you to move on. We will come find you when our deeds are done."
Don't coddle him. Give it to him straight.
I think he's got it quite straight already. His
Let,
congregation is dead. They lay
let,
rotting around him.
let's quickly ask him where the manor is also. Somebody can do that.
Oh, yes. Father, it's important. Where does the lord of this town or the mayor or whoever is in charge live? What direction are they from
No
here?
one is in charge. I suppose the richest man is Mr. Hatcher, John Hatcher.
And where does his home lay?
He gives you some very basic directions. Go over there, look to the left. You can't miss the giant house on the hill.
Right. Okay. I will, I have my thing here.
Does he look sick at all or no?
I'm going to
Yeah,
hand
he
him.
does. He does look sick, and now he looks completely crestfallen and just destroyed.
I'll use cure disease on him.
Just cure disease on him. He
Yeah.
barely acknowledges the miracle. Says, "Thank you."
I hand him, I have 4 iron rations. I'm going to hand him one of them.
Wait, did that restore his ability score?
What are you talking about? Huh?
His con?
You mean does he look healthier or something?
How
No,
to, yeah, how
no,
to,
no, not at all.
Oh, hold on. Check my rations. Are they still good? Or are they rotten?
Your rations are fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hand him.
All
I
your
have
stuff is
4 on me. I'm going to hand him one. Here, eat this, and then please get out of here. Being surrounded by the dead is not going to be good
Yes.
for your health. I suggest you get to the next town and
he's the only actual person we've found alive that's real.
yeah. So far,
It's a weird situation we've got ourselves in.
it is.
As
And I
always,
suggest we all eat as well because we have not had real food in at least a day.
I cannot eat in this town.
No, yeah,
Looking
let's get
around
out of
me.
here.
Yes.
Remember, Father, as I walk out the door, get out. And then I chuckle under
Yes,
my breath.
I will.
And I look wink at Nigel.
Okay. And I think that's a good spot to stop for the day.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That
Yeah.
blew my brain.
It is. That's a good